at 5:30 this afternoon as well. In addition to that, as you mentioned, San Diego State's opener, JD Wicker, San Diego State's athletic director, friend of the show. I would say, I don't know where he would be on the hierarchy, but I'm willing to put him above Darnay if you want to. In fact, I'll put basically, I'm going to put him towards the top of the list. He doesn't join us, each and every week, but he's certainly a friend of the show. He's going to join us today at 3:15. We'll talk about San Diego State's opener.
I'd put him at close to the top.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm completely willing to do that.
No, we don't have a text chain with JD Wicker that, well, actually we do have a text chain.
We don't use it too much. Every once in a while, he'll text me in the 5 o'clock hour on the ride home about what we're talking about.
We do have a text chain though.
Are you trying to find it?
I got.
Yeah. What's the last thing what was the last thing we were talking about?
Hold on.
I think it might have been making fun of you.
Probably was. Let me just check here. Yeah, I don't have it actually.
So you've deleted it, is your point? Potentially, you've deleted it, right? I'll try to find it.
I might have deleted it.
But here's what I was going to say.
Sorry.
So JD Wicker.
Sorry, JD.
Here's the thing. He's joining us at 3:15, but let's not bury the lead. We'll talk a lot of Padres today. We'll talk a lot of Aztecs today. We're giving away Aztec football tickets every hour.
Oh.
Pairs of tickets every hour for tomorrow at 7. That's just over 24 hours away. So 2 tickets for San Diego State Stony Brook. All you need to do is listen because you're going to have a chance every single hour. We'll tell you what you need to do, when to call. But we will give away tickets to see San Diego State and Stony Brook. In fact, this first hour, let's give it away in the next 30 minutes. Between now and the bottom of the hour, we'll give away those tickets. So we'll get into the Aztecs. There's plenty of time for it. We'll get into the Padres. There's plenty of time for it. I would say it's an important game, Jim, today, just because I feel like, and I said this last night, I think, in the wrap-up show, winning this series is a true confidence boost if you beat the caliber of pitcher that they're facing today in Brian Wu. We know it's 1-0 right now, Seattle, in the 4th inning. I just think winning a series on the road against a team that's been so good at home, that has an elite offense, has really good starting pitching, I think there's a lot of value in there. Yes, you're chasing the Dodgers. Yes, you're chasing the Cubs in the wild card race as well. I just think there's a lot of value in potentially winning the series from a confidence perspective. And then there's more than that because you need it with just 29 games to play.
There are only 2 teams remaining on the Padres schedule that are true playoff teams.
Those teams are
the Mets and the Brewers. That's it.
They'll likely both be in. Brewers obviously
will be in, yes. The Mets, they're playing better of late. I think they took the first 2 games against their Phillies series.
They have owned the Phillies at home. They said on the broadcast, but yeah.
And that's it. I know they have the Reds on their schedule here coming up here in 2 weeks.
What's the deal with the Reds as we sit here today? And how many games are they out of a playoff spot right now in the National League?
Well, I'm glad you asked that,
Are they
John.
still alive or just quasi alive?
No, they're alive. They're 3.5 back of the Mets.
Okay.
Mets are 7-3 in their last 10.
So they picked it up. Interesting.
The Reds lost 2 in a row here to the Dodgers. Yep. They're 4-6 in their last 10. That's basically it as far as the playoff picture goes. St. Louis is 6.5 back. They're done. Giants are 7 back. They're done. Diamondbacks are 7.5 back. They're done. So it's between the Mets and the Reds right now.
Right. With the Mets having a clear inside track.
Yeah. But to your point.
Yeah.
With the Padres looking at the remaining schedule, you have 2 more teams on it that are clear postseason teams. This right now being one of,
definitely
one of them.
Yeah.
I agree. You beat Brian Wu today, who has gone at least 6 innings in every start this year. His
absurd.
His game log is incredible.
It's incredible.
It's 6 innings, 7 1/3, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6 1/3, 7, 7, 7, 7.
It's incredible.
It's at what,
25 consecutive starts of 6 innings or more to start the year.
His ERA is sub-3, 2.89.
How about this? He hasn't walked more than 2 in 25 starts.
Yeah, his whip is below 1. It's 0.94.
So he doesn't hurt himself.
No, he's just been so consistent.
Yeah, including today.
And Brian Wu faced the Padres early this year, I want to say.
You know what he did? So this will be a little bit of a trivia because you're pretty good with this. The Mariners obviously swept the Padres.
Correct.
So
he went obviously 6+ innings.
He went 6+. He may have gone 7, but I don't know if you remember what happened. Game is led off by Fernando Tatis Jr. What does he do? He homers. That was it. And I think he went 6 innings of 1-run baseball. Do you have it in his game log? He allowed a leadoff home run. Tell me how long he went that day. and he did not allow another run, and he allowed a leadoff home run. And I'll take it a step further. Do you have the game log?
I do have the game log.
Yeah. What was the total or the line?
Well, you're wrong because he gave up 5 hits that day.
No, but I said only one run.
Oh, yes, only
6,
one.
That's the only thing he allowed, was the only run he allowed.
Yes, it was the home run to Tatis because he gave up a home run.
I'm saying it was like perfect.
7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. 1 earned run was on a homer, 5 strikeouts, no walks on 87 pitches.
But I'll take it further. Okay,
okay,
so
go further.
How about this?
All right.
Do you remember what he did against the Padres last year in his only other start against San Diego?
Probably similar to that.
He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning, and with 1 out, Toddy homered off him.
Oh, so Tatis is homered
twice off him, and actually has a single today off him as well. So Tatis has been very good off him. But I mean, that speaks to how good Brian Wu has been. Now, this is there for the taking. It's a 1-0 game. It's only the 4th inning, so there's anything.
Got to get into that bullpen though.
Got to get to that bullpen. Clearly, it's not going to happen until the 7th inning.
And even the bullpen is tough with Brash and Munoz.
True, and I gave it up yesterday. This not that we'll spend forever on it because they're playing the next game. Yesterday was this wild back and forth. You hit a grand slam, you're up 5, and then a minute later or an hour later, you're down 6-5 because of this
very quickly.
Yeah, it's just a 6-run inning.
Like, here's 2 3-run homers for you.
Right, the Mariners had a 5-run inning in the series opener, a 6-run inning yesterday. To the Padres' credit, I think against a good reliever in I think it was Caleb Ferguson, they came back, they scored the 2 runs, and then the bullpen. There was the hiccup with Jason Adam. But then the bullpen that we've talked about, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning, scoreless. You said it last night, maybe 6 strikeouts in those 4 innings. I mean, they were so
6
good.
strikeouts.
So good last night. And they protected a 1-run lead for the last 4 innings.
Yep. The bullpen after Jason Adam, who it was his turn to give it up today.
Exactly.
Or yesterday, excuse me. They were great. Adrian Morejon, dude, you can't say enough good things about Adrian Morejon's year. You know, this is obviously his breakout season. He has finally found a role that fits him. You know, they tried to make him a starter for all those years, and it just wasn't working. Right. And all the injuries. It's just, you know, to see him finally have a role on this team and excel at it, and then be so important to this team's success. You couldn't be happier for Adrian Morejon, because Adrian Morejon, you know, back in the day is like this is the guy.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely. They gave him a lot of money, right? International free agent.
A lot of money.
Back in the previous rules.
Yep.
You could give guys crazy money.
So to see him just not only stick, but have that role and be like the best at it.
He's been awesome.
I mean, if you're AJ Preller, you're like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that really did work out.
He's throwing 100 last night. I didn't know he throws 100.
Throws 100, hit spots.
I knew he threw.
Yeah,
obviously,
we know he throws hard, but consistently throwing 100.
Like consistently hitting 100 on the gun. I think even Don and Mudd were like, whoa, 100.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Okay.
We did a power ranking, I think, last night of relievers. That, you know, of those 5 guys that we've talked so much about, and David Morgan's been terrific too. But of the 5 guys you almost obsess over since the deadline, how could you not put Morejon at the top of that list right now?
It'd be hard not to,
right?
It'd be hard not to have the 5 best relievers, the 5 relievers on your team, ranking them. We did this last night, like you said.
What did we do?
We both had the same list.
You almost had to in that.
Morejon, Miller, Adam, Suarez, Estrada.
Yeah, we were both only willing to dock Jason Adams so far on one outing because they've all kind of had it, maybe outside of Morejon.
Yeah.
And by the way, Estrada being 5th on that list in our quote unquote reliever power rankings doesn't mean he's not effective. He's been highly effective, including yesterday. He bounced back and had another good inning against someone other than LA.
Yeah, just because we put him 5th on our list doesn't mean he stinks. He's actually really, really good, just not against the Dodgers.
It's like if you're in a lineup that has 5 good hitters, like the Mariners right now, their top 5 is legitimate. Well, they have a 5th on that list of top 5. So I guess the point being that, dude, sky is fully fallen if they lose that game yesterday. If they would have lost at 6-5.
Yeah, because 6-5.
It blow a 5-run lead.
And then today facing the Mariners' best pitcher. Losing today. Yeah, it would have been sky falling. Because now you're 2 back of the Dodgers, really 3 back because of the tiebreaker.
It feels
you
way
fall
different.
Even farther behind the Cubs for the 4 seed. And you're on the verge potentially of getting swept today if you lose. Like
yesterday was a big win.
Massive big. I said on Twitter, this is a big boy win last night. That was a big boy win for the Padres because they needed it after the last 2 days for them. The Sunday loss, that was brutal. And then the Monday loss was also brutal. And then you get to yesterday and it's like, oh my gosh.
Like, here we go again. They just now. Yeah, I would say that from an implication perspective, what you just said is spot on. If you fall another game back of LA, if you fall another game back of the Cubs, your margin has run out. Now you're really asking them to play incredible baseball. I think you fall like 3 games back of the Dodgers with 20-something to play. You're asking for crazy trouble. And listen, this series becomes a tough one to win because it's now 4-0 Mariners as Eugenio Suarez is homered again against the Padres. He has killed the Padres.
They love to hit 3-run homers because and the Padres don't know how to do that.
It's honestly, man, I give the Padres even more credit because they win without ever doing this. Never. They win without ever having the benefit of a 3-run home run from the middle of their order. Am I wrong in saying that? When do they ever win because of that? They win because Freddie Fermin has a safety squeeze, Jim.
Yep.
How do you win like that in the major leagues?
Well, they're proving it. Now,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they won last night off a grand slam, but they had to work their way to get it.
No, that's a good point. They did have a grand slam.
They have a grand slam yesterday. Now they had 4 home runs last week against the Giants.
And 4 home runs in the opener of this series.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're hitting home runs.
They are.
But it's uncharacteristic of that team to hit as many home runs as they've hit. And all of a sudden be like, oh, you know what? We're actually a power hitting team now. They're not.
Right.
They're not. And so, look, today it just got way harder because now you're trailing 4-0 in the 4th. Yu Darvish, once again, subpar start. And you're facing a really tough pitcher in Brian Wu. So if you lose this series, you got to hope that the Reds beat the Dodgers. Do they play them this afternoon?
I'm assuming it's the afternoon game, right? With Cincinnati, it should be. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Let's look that up. I would assume it is. Is it not?
No, John.
Is it a night game?
Actually, it's tonight at 5:40.
It is amazing how the Dodgers get away with playing night games at Dodger Stadium on travel days, and the Padres never do.
Never.
Right?
Well, yeah, I think the biggest thing there is because it's in LA.
I guess.
They give the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, Tawny's pitching tonight for the Dodgers, which he's been bad this year. He's got a 4.61 ERA.
But look at them at home. They're winning at a high clip at home.
Yeah. So if you don't win this game, which right now
is
not looking great.
Yeah.
Not looking great. And if the Dodgers win tonight, now you're 2 back. Really 3 back as we head into September because, we get to after the weekend here, they play the Mariners they play the Twins. And then we get to September and it's like, all right, you got to make up a couple games here and have to outplay the Dodgers to win the division. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, no, it will. And by the way, Cubs and Giants coming up later on this evening as well. Cubs, I believe right now are game and a half up on the Padres. So 4-0 Mariners. We will keep you updated. How about this? We have Aztec tickets to give away every hour during today's show. And we'll give away our first pair coming up within the next 15 minutes when we also hear from Sean Lewis, who made a pitch to Aztec fans during his media availability earlier in the week. We'll hear from Sean Lewis coming up. JD Wicker, San Diego State's athletic director, will join us at 3:15. Kevin Azier, Padres Insider from Seattle at 5:30 after this series finale. Stay with us. Just underway. Jon Jim, San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, we're giving away Aztec tickets for tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium. We'll do that within the next 7 minutes. So do not go anywhere. We'll give away a pair of tickets to see San Diego State Stony Brook. Do not call now, but we'll do it within the next 7 minutes or so. Again, the score in Seattle through 4 innings is 4-0 Mariners. Rubber match of a 3-game series. Darvish allowing a 3-run home run to Eugenio Suarez. What do you got?
Well, I was going to go over you, Darvish, and his year so far. All right. So this is his 11th start of the season.
Coming back. Yep.
Okay. And in those 11 starts, he's had some good, and he certainly has had some bad.
Yep.
All right. The good was July 30th, August 11th.
His last start, right? Dodgers.
And his last start, August 22nd, against the Dodgers. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run.
The solo home run, right? Alex Freeland?
Yep. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts.
Yep.
Really good. His bad, though, not great. Not great. You got 3 2/3, 4 2/3. You got 3 1/3. You got 4 innings, 4 innings today, 3 1/3. Well, he got through 4 here, but still, his ERA this year has ballooned to 5.74. His stuff, you were talking about during the break, his stuff at times can look crisp, but a lot of times it just looks blah.
Yeah, you know what? That's such a good point. There are times where he's looked like Yu Darvish. The problem, and this is not a good thing to say about someone that pitches every 5th day, is there's no consistency with his stuff. It really hasn't been. And when he gets hit hard. He's allowed a lot of home runs. Remember the other week at Dodger Stadium in the first inning?
Because the thing with his pitches is he has so much movement on it because he has like 57 pitches.
Yeah, he throws 8 pitches.
And if it's not moving like he wants it to move, that thing's a cement mixer right over the plate.
Right. And his velocity, obviously, I mean, he's 39. He's not throwing with like the most ridiculous velocity, right, at this point. So you got to hit spots. You have to be able to mix and match. At times he has, but like I go back to the starting pitching conversation that we always have. You know, it's like you run yourself around in circles, and Dylan Cease yesterday is good until he's bad. And Yu Darvish today was good until he's bad. And I'm sorry, you need more than Nick Pivetta.
And it's crazy because the past series versus the Dodgers, starting pitching was really good.
Really good. You know, but the weekend at Dodger Stadium was really bad.
Really bad. And then this series against the Mariners, really bad. It is a inconsistent rotation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think the bullpen has opportunity to be like dominant, but lately it's been like, you know, guy comes in and he gives it up, and then it's a completely different ball game. You know, the bullpen has been a adventure too here over the last couple, days. So yeah, the starting pitching is going to be a concern until we get to the postseason, I think. Especially if in September against these bad teams, they're still up and down and up and down. Then it's like, that's going to be interesting.
Have we gotten to the point where we might be saying, and not today, it's 4-0 in the 5th inning, but are we saying, man, the offense is actually the brightest of the spots? This lineup with the Gavin Sheets in it and the Ryan O'Hearns, right? Like they've almost optimized this lineup to be, again, far from the best in baseball, but much improved from where they were. I mean, this series, I think, speaks to that. 7 runs yesterday, 6 runs in the opener. 7 runs yesterday against a very good pitcher in Luis Castillo, who allowed 5 runs again in the first inning. So, like, are we talking ourselves in circles where, like, we're now more confident in the offense than we are in the pitching, potentially?
At this moment in time, the offense has definitely carried their weight, led by Ramon Laureano.
100%.
He has been I think the biggest reason why this offense has looked the way it has over the last month here since the trade deadline. And also because Gavin Sheets has performed very well in the lineup when he's been given opportunities. And now he's in there every day because, Jackson Merrill's out.
Yeah.
Ryan O'Hearn finally cracked the starting lineup every single day.
He's been good.
Forced his hand on Mike Shildt, and he's been really good. So the new players and, guys that were, put on the bench and then now back in the lineup have really produced. Like Manny's had an awful August. Fernando Tatis Jr., say what you want. To me, he's been blah at the plate. Oh, he walks a lot. Okay, he's blah. Arise has been awful. Jackson Merrill's out. Xander Bogaerts I mean, when's the last impactful big moment he's had? He's had some moments. Don't get me wrong. The other night, he did have an RBI single in the first inning with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah,
so
he did. Yeah,
that's good on him.
Yeah.
But it's been a very quiet month for Xander.
Quieter. You're right.
Offensively. So it's like those are the main guys we've talked about all year long, and the guys that are actually leading the way with this offense are the others and the guys that they brought into the trade deadline.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how it all works. All right, call right now if you want 2 free tickets to see the Aztecs tomorrow night against Stony Brook at Snapdragon Stadium, a game you can hear on San Diego Sports 760, a game where tickets are available right now at goaztecs.com. If you want 2 free tickets, be caller 4 right now to 877-767-4760, and you are going. 2 free tickets to San Diego State, Stony Brook, tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium. Caller 4, 877-767-4760. Call right now. If you don't win right now, you'll have another chance to win in the 3, 4, and 5 p.m. hours today on Jon and Jim. We'll hear from Sean Lewis on the other side, JD Wicker at 3:15, Kevin Acee at 5:30. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Rapid Radios. Padres in Seattle right now, looking for the series win. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mariners lead the Padres 4-0. Eugenio Suarez hit a 3-run homer off of Yu Darvish. The Reds take on the Dodgers tonight at Dodgers Stadium. Padres still trail the Dodgers by 1 game in the National League West. And tomorrow night is the home opener for San Diego State football as they take on Stony Brook. 7 p.m. kickoff. 5 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
All right, Jon and Jim, congratulations in order to a, at times, friend of the show, historically, Jon Fanta, who was named today by NBC to be their lead Big East play-by-play voice. Will also call Big Ten and Big 12 basketball games. Will also provide in-game breaks for NBC during Big Ten and Notre Dame college football games. He has gotten a little bigger than me and you.
Fix your camera.
Oh, man. Anyway, congratulations in order to Jon Fanta.
I think I'm going to buy you a new cord.
I thought you were going to say he had a new bowling gig.
He probably still does the bowling gig on the side.
Maybe he was with Fox Sports. I think the bowling was with Fox Sports, but now he's at NBC. And then according to The Athletic today, Andrew Marchand was like he could be doing some Olympic coverage with NBC and he could be doing sidelines NBA.
That's incredible.
So like it's crazy how big Jon has gotten.
We had Jon on our show before he was big time. And then we had him on a show when he was like in the middle of becoming big time. Now
he's just big time.
He probably has like, you know, what is it? Assistant that we have to reach out to like book him. He has a booker.
Dude, I know. I mean, good for him, dude. I've known him since he was 18. It's incredible. He's only 30.
I remember when we had him on years ago.
Yeah.
And
he had you on like his like Guardians podcast.
Yeah, he had a Guardians podcast.
Because he loves Cleveland sports.
I forget what year it was. It might have been, I don't remember. But the Padres made a trade with the Guardians.
Was it like a Clevenger Indians trade all the way back in the day?
I think it might have been.
I think it was all the way back then. I think it was 2020 stuff. That was before you and I were even doing this show.
And he asked me to come on.
Yeah, I think it was that.
And they were asking me questions about players in the Padres organization that I had no idea who it was.
Right.
So I had to like research beforehand and like have some like thing to say about those players. But he went from interviewing me on a Guardians podcast to now
doing NBC
sideline reporting.
No, lead play-by-play voice of their Big East basketball coverage,
and also potentially sideline reporting,
and doing updates during Big Ten football and Notre Dame football. Yeah. Okay. Let's hear.
He's kind of big time.
Let's hear from Sean Lewis. So this was earlier in the week with his media availability. This is a portion of his answer when asked about his pitch to the fan base coming off last year.
There's a tremendous sense of pride that the guys have put into restoring that pride in this program that is going to be palpable on Thursday night when the people show up to Snapdragon and they see that and they see our kids play. And so, again, like, there's something special that's happening in this building. Like, we had the event at the Midway last week, and you could feel it there. Like, there's elite people in this community that we've invited to come in and have observed us and have watched it and have achieved some amazing things. And when they walk away saying, like, Coach, you got the right group of boys. Like, they're doing things the right way, right? Like, hey, how can we make it better? And you get some good feedback and the guys respond to that. Like, I'm excited about where we're at. I'm excited to see our boys go cut it loose. I'm excited to see the physicality and the competitive nature that I had to tell the guys a little bit during camp. Like, hey, whoa. Like, we're brothers here. Whoa, slow down, right? I just say go. Like, I get to let them go on Thursday, and they need to do it the right way, right, with good competitive maturity. But I like the demeanor of this team. I like the personality of this club. Like, I like the character that they've shown and all that they've done both on and off the field, right? Like, we got a good team. Fans need to show up and they need to support us. It's going to be worthwhile. We're going to make it worthwhile. So show up, show out, be loud, have fun, and let's make Snapdragon an unbelievable place in these opportunities that we have at home.
Sean Lewis this week talking about his team this upcoming season tomorrow night. We're giving away tickets, of course, all day long. I mean, you can kind of hear it though in his voice, right? The clips we played this week.
Yeah.
Like, it feels to me, and it's got to be proven on field, as we always say, it feels to me like he feels differently about where they are today than where they were a year ago today. We didn't know it in real time.
He sounds pretty confident.
He sounds much
with
more.
His team. Now, I will say this. Fans aren't just going to show up because you tell them to show up. You're going to have to give them a reason to show up. And that reason is winning football games, but also, winning football games in a style and a manner that's exciting to go watch. I understand if they won every game this year 3-0, like, okay, they won every game 3-0. But I do believe that there needs to be some style points added in there, especially for this team that is kind of building from the ground up. Like winning the game, if they win on Thursday 10-6, I would much rather have that game. Like, obviously they can't lose, but
I'd rather lose.
I can't go down that path because they can't lose the game, but they can't win the game 10-6 is my point.
Right. You're saying they need to score 38 points.
Yes.
You'd rather have 38-28 than 10-6.
I need like 450 plus yards of total offense minimum. I need like 30 plus points. I need some big plays. I need some things, and the fans are going to need some things to see and give them reason to go out and watch this team play. Because you can talk about it all you want. You can't force people to go watch you play unless you give them a reason to go watch you play. And I think it's got to be a style of football that is kind of what they've been preaching the last year plus, which is fast, up tempo, a lot of scoring, offense, up and down the field, a quarterback that can control the football. Those are things that the fan base is looking for along with winning.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. And I think that Sean Lewis as a play caller gives you a better chance for that to come to fruition. There are no guarantees. But what they tried to accomplish, obviously, over the 2010s was not to win necessarily in that style that you're discussing. Where things have changed is you brought in a play caller. I mean, you brought in a guy that in his first 2 games calling plays at Colorado, the quarterback threw for 500 yards both games. A guy that at Kent State, they led the nation in total offense. Now, that didn't happen in year 1 at San Diego State. And we'll see if it does happen in year 2 or not. And again, the season gets underway tomorrow night. The other thing that happened today involving the future for San Diego State is we have another Pac-12 TV deal. So the Pac-12 announcing today they have a 5-year commitment from the CW. So we talked about it about a month ago. They had a deal with CBS. Now they have a football and basketball deal with the CW. We'll have JD Wicker joining us at 3:15, but the media deal is coming more into focus. There's still some pieces out there. This is not the entirety. It's not going to be just CBS and the CW. But what we also learned today, and I'm not sure if you saw it, is there's only going to be 10 football games on CBS Sports Network for the Pac-12, where the Mountain West has so many games on CBS Sports Network. I'm talking about, 25 or 30 over the course of a year, like 2 a weekend. The Pac-12 is only going to have 10 on CBS Sports Network. So it's going to be CW, it's going to be CBS. There's going to be some on CBS Sports Network. And now what's the next partner? Is it Turner? Is it ESPN? Is it a streamer? We'll talk to JD Wicker and see what he's able to disclose. But the CW, everyone has in their home. If you have any type of cable package, you have the CW, just like if you have any type of package, you have CBS. And that was the announcement earlier today with the Pac-12.
This might be a dumb question.
It is.
Okay. Other than listening to the game tomorrow night here on your home of Aztec football, San Diego Sports 760 to you and Rich.
How do you watch it?
Where's this game on television?
You don't know? Don't look.
I don't know. I don't.
KUSI.
Oh.
Yep. KUSI.
Okay. Yeah, I did not know that.
Yep. It is broadcast locally, and if you have cable, you have KUSI in your cable system, would be the way to watch the game. I believe it's also streamed then via the Mountain West Network. So if you don't have KUSI, you can go online and stream the game through the Mountain West Network.
I have KUSI on YouTube TV.
I don't know the answer to that because I have YouTube.
Because they do local channels.
But do they have KUSI?
KUSI is just like very local. I don't know if they have it.
Maybe it is. Does someone know the answer to that?
I can look right now.
Yeah,
on my phone.
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, you can look into different channels. You're saying?
Yeah,
through the app. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like maybe I do.
KUSI.
So we have KUSI. It's amazing.
KUSI.
So then you can watch it tomorrow on YouTube TV.
Yep. So we're good to go.
If you're a San Diegan, you can watch it locally. Padres aren't playing tomorrow night. I think there'll be interest. I think people will turn it on at the very least on KUSI if you have local cable.
And that's it. You know, you only have a chance to make your first impression once. Now, last year was the first impression. Overall, the season was not good. But if people tune in tomorrow and it's the second quarter and it's like 7-0 San Diego State and it's like middle of the second quarter, people are going to probably turn off. I'm just being honest. Like, I think that unfortunately for where this program's at, you know, to get those eyeballs, and it still might take time. It still might take time for sure. Like, but right away, if you want fans to show up and watch you right away, you're gonna have to put in some numbers tomorrow. I feel like.
Do you remember last year?
They did put up a bunch of numbers last year.
They trailed 6-3 at the half. They scored 42 points in the second half.
That's right.
And they won.
But my point is, like, I bet you a lot of people tune in last year in the first half because they wanted to see the new look Sean Lewis team, and we're like, this hasn't changed, and they turned it off and they didn't watch the second half.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's the first. You would think. I mean, the way I consume football is I'm going to watch the game. But you're right. If you're an outside observer and you're just kind of curious, maybe
you check in and you go, "Oh, that's bad."
Right.
Like, I'd much rather have preferred last year. They scored the 42 points in the first half
and the
42 points in the second half.
100%. Although at the end, I don't even remember the score, but they scored 45 in that game. All right, so we're keeping our eye on Padres and Mariners. This is in Seattle in the sixth inning. It's 4-0 Mariners, but the Padres are threatening with 2 on and 1 out against Brian Wu. We're going to hear from Mikey Vars coming up. He was on Fletch Zone earlier today. So we'll hear from Mikey Vars, the head coach of SDFC, coming up on the other side. JD Wicker joins us at 3:15. Kevin Acee will join us at 5:30. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. We're going to hear from Shildt today, Jim. I don't expect him to call in, but we'll hear his postgame media comments.
We'll see if he'll be salty or if he'll be happy.
Right. Could be
or
happy.
He'll be a little pissy towards the media, or we don't know what to expect from Mike Shildt today. If he's going to, get mad at simple questions, if he's going to get mad at, I don't know. Just what's going to happen post game with Mike Shildt? Wait and find out.
So
Padres,
you gave up 4 runs. What do you mean he gave up 4 runs?
Padres are on the board on a Gavin Sheets 2-strike single up the middle, and they'll bring the tying run to the plate off Brian Wu in the 6th inning. So a 4-1 game in a 6th inning where Ramon Laureano led off by getting hit squarely in the back. It's kind of opened the door at least for the Padres. Really nice job by Gavin Sheets, who's been awesome, by the way, in August. This guy's been incredible, playing every single day. And the Padres, I go back to the first game of the series. They trailed by 4 or 5 runs. They made things interesting. Today, against a really good starting pitcher, they have the tying run at the plate, which is often what you want to do when trailing in a game. Now, it is Jose Iglesias. We'll see if they can rally here today. Because it's Jose Iglesias?
Yeah. I want to talk about that for a minute. So, Gavin Sheets has been
incredible,
great in the month of August.
Yep.
The reason why he's in there every day right now is because Jackson Merrill is on the IL.
Correct.
Okay. So when Jackson Merrill gets back off the IL, he will be back in the lineup every day. There is no way in hell they are sitting Jackson Merrill if he is healthy. No shot. Now, they gave Luis Ariz an off day today. My guess, they either are going to say that they planned it, as I have air quotes here, right? They planned this off day.
He's banged up.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He's in a massive slump right now. He's dipped into the 270s. Or he's right around 280.
280, yeah.
His on-base percentage sucks. His OPS sucks. It's just not a good season from Luis Ariz. So with Jackson Merrill now returning to this lineup here in potentially a couple of weeks, if Gavin Sheets continues to play this well, what do you do?
But there's no option. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no option. Did they chase Brian Wu from this game in the 6th inning, by the way?
They did.
So for the first time all year, he won't go 6 because of an infield number off the bat of Jose Iglesias. So interesting development here in the 6th inning. I mean, they don't have a choice. They're going to play Jackson Merrill. Like, again, I agree with the point that, like, they're probably better by playing Gavin Sheets, but what choice do you have with your 22-year-old like superstar?
I think the move is very simple. It just depends on if Mike Shildt has the what to do it.
Well, if you're talking about making a change that gets them both in the lineup, if it's between Sheets and Merrill, obviously Merrill's going to play.
No, I'm not talking about between Sheets and Merrill.
Yeah, but you're saying how do you get them all in the lineup?
Yeah, I'm talking about when Jackson Merrill returns, what do you do with the lineup with Gavin Sheets in it now playing really, really well?
Well, you can first of all sit Luis Ariz. That starts the process.
You said should wrong. They should.
Yeah. So you should, or you could. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if they will.
We'll find out. Now there is, a month to play, and so if Gavin Sheets in the next couple of weeks here kind of tails off and doesn't play well, then it's going to make it easier for Mike Shildt to just go back to his regular lineup. But if Gavin Sheets continues to swing a hot bat here into the month of September for the next couple of weeks, because he's getting everyday playing time, when Jackson Merrill returns, whenever that is, their best lineup is a lineup without Luis Ariz in it. And the player that replaces Luis Ariz, as far as in the lineup, to me, it's Jackson Merrill. Now, the positions you can easily change around. Gavin Sheets is your DH, while Ryan O'Hearn goes to first base, and then Merrill goes back to center with Laureano back and left, and you lose nothing defensively. If anything, you actually upgrade defensively in that scenario. And you also upgrade offensively as well. I just don't know if they're going to do that.
The funny thing is, and I would play Merrill too because he's my 22-year-old that I just gave $100 million to. But the truth is, Ariz and Merrill have identical years. Like, nobody wants to say that, and everyone knows Merrill's your 10-year player. Ariz is out in 5 weeks. But just based on like what's been earned or what they've accomplished this year, is Merrill better against lefties than Luis Ariz? Let me answer that. No. Is he better against righties than Luis Ariz? Let me answer it. No, they're identical. Hit like look at the numbers. The OPS is near identical. The batting averages, Ariz, like you go one way or the other. Merrill's gonna play.
Yeah. Yes,
but you know what I'm saying? Merrill hasn't really necessarily earned it either.
This year, I agree.
But again, not that he hasn't earned it, but he hasn't.
And Mike Shildt is a stickler, and he's just very big on back of baseball cards.
Right.
It's like, Mike, bro, what's happening right now? Like you can tell me Barry Bonds, look at the back of his baseball card. Does that mean you can put Barry Bonds in a lineup and he's going to hit 60 home runs for you? No.
Right.
Like you got to look at what's happening in the here and now. And the here and now is your best lineup does not involve Luis Ariz in it. Now I agree, Ariz and Merrill are pretty much having kind of the same years at the plate. But the big thing though there is Merrill's here for the long haul. Ariz, he is done in a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
That's a great point. I agree.
So because of that, it makes it easier for me to make a move, which is, hey, Ariz, you're probably going to be a platoon guy for the rest of this month, and Jackson Merrill will be in that lineup every day, along with Gavin Sheets.
Have you ever seen a more Padres rally than what is playing out right now? So it was. Your mic's off.
Oh, hit, walk in. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Padres Mariners, final game of their 3-game series right now in Seattle, bottom of the 6th inning. The Mariners lead the Padres 4-2. Padres looking for the series win before they have an off day tomorrow, and then they start a 3-game series in Minnesota over the weekend. And tomorrow night, the Aztecs football season gets underway. Their home opener against Stony Brook, 7 p.m. kickoff. 5 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. Need better sleep? This Labor Day weekend, upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy.
Getting you all set for that drive home. Let's just start the show. Here's Jon and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 2 of Jon and Jim. We will hear from JD Wicker, San Diego State's athletic director, joins us live in 15 minutes. After our conversation, we'll give away a pair of tickets to see the Aztecs tomorrow night against Stony Brook. We'll hear from Mike Shildt after Padres Mariners series finale. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Padres did score twice, but the rally ended there. So 4-2 Mariners in the bottom of the 6th inning. And then Kevin Acee, our Padres Insider, will join us coming up, Jim, at 5:30 this afternoon.
Are you all ready for tomorrow night?
No, not already. I will need tonight. I will need tomorrow.
What do you need to do?
Well, I have my boards, right? I got like the boards that I print out 11 by 17. They're huge.
Okay.
But I need to, you never finish preparing.
Right.
So you're always like tinkering. You're always putting things down on paper. So I've got a good amount to do.
But it's safe to say you know probably way too much about Stony Brook than the average person would.
Yeah, the average, right. I know what state it's in, for example. I know their record last year.
I'm not talking about state and record. I'm talking about like the players on their team.
I know, but yes. So you, for example, earlier in the week were like, they could be in any of the states, right?
They could be, they're somewhere.
They're somewhere. I'm well beyond that knowledge on Stony Brook. I could tell you they had a quarterback battle in camp. I could tell you their coach said both of them are going to play, right? I've got the cursory knowledge down. I've got all the two deeps. Right. I have everything that I need, but that doesn't mean I have everything that I need.
I would ask you to quiz me on anything Stony Brook related.
It's not possible.
But it's not possible because I wouldn't be able to give you any type of guess or any type of answer.
You really wouldn't. Do you even know
their mascot, Seawolves?
You don't know their league, obviously.
The Atlantic something.
The CAA.
Oh, Coastal Atlantic.
Coastal Athletic Association. The fact that you know that it's Coastal is amazing because it used to be Colonial until like 2 years ago. But
okay.
I'm trying to think if I could quiz you like on even someone. Oh, how about this? I'll give you someone that is famous from Stony Brook, and I'll leave it there. Okay.
It could be anybody.
Well, I'm going to tell you someone.
I could literally say Taylor Swift, or
she didn't go there.
Okay.
But I'm just going to give you someone because I'm at like the Wikipedia page of like famous Stony Brook alums.
Yeah.
I'm not finding anything terrific, to be honest. Like, do you know Esther Takuchi, the famous chemist?
Oh, yeah, that guy. No,
I don't think it's a guy. Oh, notable alumni. Hear me out. Notable alumni. I'm trying to see if I've heard of any of these people. You probably heard of half of these people.
I was more so asking.
I can't quiz you. You don't know anything.
I know.
Name their mascot. You now know.
It's the Seawolves, right?
Correct. That's all I could ask you because there's nothing else you could possibly know.
Yeah, the knowledge I have of Stony Brook is very limited.
Right.
Now, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you or did you not request a press pass for me?
Yeah, you'll get it tomorrow. Yeah, you'll get parking and you can just walk up. Oh my gosh. They might not give it to you if you sneeze in their face.
We're also burying the lead. I have had awful allergies this afternoon. Came out of nowhere.
Every day.
Came out of nowhere.
It's the weather. It is.
Well,
there's always something.
Well, there always is something. I went across the street to get a sandwich. I came back and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I just unloaded like 12 straight sneezes.
Next time, don't go outside and get a sandwich.
I got to eat.
Do you know who, real quick though, do you know who Richard Gelfond is? Either Brent or Jim? I feel like Brent should know it.
Richard Gelfond?
Richard Gelfond. It's sneaky, but it's.
I feel like you're not saying that right.
Gelfond. He's the CEO of IMAX, and he went to Stony Brook.
How would we know that?
Brent goes to IMAX.
Yeah, but I don't know the dude that invented it.
Yeah,
no, just the CEO. I don't even know if he invented it or not. Anyway, JD Wicker will join us coming up in
So
10
we're prepared
minutes.
for Stony Brook is what we're trying to get at here.
You guys
that guy
are
looks
not
like
prepared.
a thumb with hair.
You guys are not prepared at all. Padres just caught a break, by the way. Okay.
I have my button pushing fingers all ready to go. I'm ready.
You're ready. I want to hear from Mikey Varas. Okay. So Mikey Varas was on with the Fletch Zone earlier today, head coach of SDFC. They're getting ready for all these matches are huge, right? They're first place in the Western Conference. They're playing LAFC right here on San Diego Sports 760 on Sunday night. And Mikey Varas was asked about the challenges that LAFC poses this weekend.
Well, they're a top team, well coached, and they're really well organized defensively. A team that's really solid. They don't give up a lot. They also like to have the ball, so they're going to present a challenge in terms of having the quality that they have. Defending wise, they're very structured. I think at the end of the day, when they're attacking open spaces, that's where they're at their best with the front three really being a dynamic front three. So, and then on top of that, it's their home game. They've been on the road for a little bit, so the atmosphere is going to be incredible. This will be a very, very intense game, and we're all looking forward to it.
And so Sunday night, 7:45, Jim, you can hear it here. LAFC all of a sudden is in fifth place in the Western Conference. So they've had a good year.
Yeah, they've been playing good soccer, and I think when you look at the playoff standings here, they have definitely climbed up here. Like you said, the fifth spot. Right now you got San Diego, Minnesota, Vancouver, Seattle, and LAFC, and then Portland. That's your top six. Darren said that Portland does scare him if they meet in the postseason. I think LAFC would probably scare everybody here as well if they met in the postseason. So yeah, it's kind of one of those weird start times as well, because Labor Day is on Monday, and
In fact,
yeah, and then the game's on Sunday night at 7:45 in LA. Like a little weird,
very weird.
So we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens.
But their road winning streak is going to be on the line this Sunday.
Was 6 consecutive matches.
They've won 6 consecutive. Yep.
Yeah, I mean they're all big because you look around the league and you're 1 point behind Philadelphia for the Supporter Shield. You got 53 points. Philadelphia has 54, so they're all going to be big. And the thing is, they haven't wrapped up in the West like the top seed. I mean, Minnesota's 3 points behind you. Vancouver's 4 points behind you. So there's tons of soccer still to be played.
Still got to play good soccer here. You got to play good down the stretch to secure that number 1 seed. And make sure you go in the postseason as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. 6
matches remaining, by the way, in the regular season. Did you see this? That obviously this weekend is week 1 of college football. We'll talk to JD Wicker coming up in about 7 minutes, and we're giving away Aztec tickets. But there was a carriage dispute between YouTube TV and Fox.
Oh, I saw this.
That has been at least temporarily resolved, as in they haven't come to terms for like a 3-year agreement, but they have come to terms for the now. And what it means is, for example, this weekend, of course, moving forward, we'll get to the NFL. But this weekend specifically is one of the biggest college football openers, arguably ever. Ohio State national champions, Texas preseason number 1. They'll meet this weekend on Fox. So when you have a YouTube TV that has tens of millions now with the service, potentially not carrying Fox, so that led to the resolution. The point is they come to terms. YouTube TV is owned by Google, Fox Corporation. They come to terms at least temporarily. And if you're a college football fan, and if you want to watch number 1 and number 2, this massive showdown that's going to get a 10 million plus viewership, you can watch it on YouTube TV this weekend.
Wasn't worried one bit.
You weren't worried?
Not worried one bit. I saw all this
happen though.
I know they do. I saw all this news with the dispute, and I have YouTube TV, so it directly affects me. But here's the thing. Deadlines create action.
Yep.
And there is no way in hell, and I mean no way, that anybody's going to mess with football.
Yeah, specifically the NFL, but I think Ohio State, Texas is pretty big.
There's too much money involved. There's too much viewership involved to not get this thing resolved. And they were going to get this resolved even if it meant pushing it back and having a temporary agreement in place.
Yep.
There will be no missed football games as far as if you have YouTube TV goes and Fox. There will be no missed NFL games. Nothing. Everything will be on. No one should worry about it because it's football. College football and NFL, you don't mess with that with people, because if you do, it's like it becomes a huge problem. And guess what? No one's going to mess with it. And it won't it's going to go on like nothing ever happened. This stuff that was talked about this past week is everything that happens behind the scenes. And it just makes what they do is they tell the public that this is what's going on to create action and to create some type of deal to be struck, because then you get the outrage from people of, if you don't have NFL or if you don't have college football on my television, I'm gonna, start
switch.
Yeah, exactly. Start a riot and switch. And then they don't want that to happen. Nobody does. And so with college football and the NFL, these things, they always get resolved. They always get resolved. There's never going to be a time in the future here where a dispute like this comes up for a huge streaming platform like YouTube TV, for them to be like, you know what, actually, our week 1 NFL or our week 1 college football matchups, you can't watch them on our streaming platform because we didn't come to an agreement. There will always be an agreement. That's how I feel.
I mean, DirecTV had like a 1 year. Didn't they have like a 1 year issue?
Yeah, and guess what? Nobody has DirecTV anymore.
I know, but I'm saying there's an example of something that wasn't resolved, and probably led to a lot of people changing their provider.
Because nobody wants to go down that path of past, networks or streaming platforms like DirecTV. Because guess what? I don't know anybody has DirecTV anymore.
All right, JD Wicker is going to join us on the other side. San Diego State's athletic director will get us ready for week 1 at Snapdragon Stadium. That's next, Jon and Jim. All right, San Diego State and Stony Brook tomorrow night. Snapdragon Stadium, the 2025 season gets underway. By the way, after we catch up with JD Wicker, who's with us right now, we're giving away 2 free tickets for tomorrow night. San Diego State and Stony Brook. Tickets, you can grab them right now at goaztecs.com. We cannot wait. You can hear it, of course, right here on San Diego Sports 760. Pregame coverage at 5. JD's going to join the pregame show at 6. And JD, we appreciate you hopping on Jon and Jim again. I'm sure you're excited for tomorrow. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I get to talk to you guys, or at least you. Well, no, who's doing pregame?
It's going to be JR and Fletch and Ben Fletcher.
Fletch, okay. So I'm on 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
I get to talk to you today and Jim, and then those guys tomorrow. So it's all good. Go Aztecs.
Well, we're excited to have you. There's a lot to get into. I want to start with the news of the day related to San Diego State's future with the Pac-12. It becomes official that more over-the-air games, so to speak, are coming for San Diego State in the Pac-12 because of this deal with the CW. We're talking about football games and basketball games and more. Can you tell us about this agreement and what it means for the Pac-12 and San Diego State moving forward?
Yeah, we're excited about the CW. If you go back to last year when they did, Pac-12 games, they're doing some ACC games. The viewership, they had really good viewership numbers for those games because, again, it's free over the air. So, if you've got a TV, you're getting these games. So we're going to be in a lot more homes with it. So that's good for us. As much exposure as we can possibly get. So we're excited that they're doing football and men's basketball. And I think they're going to do some, women's basketball and other stuff along the way. So it's good.
Leading up to year 2 of Sean Lewis here over the offseason, what have you seen that you like so far from Sean Lewis and his coaching staff and this team as well, with all the new players and all the returning players that have been brought back to lead into, hopefully a much better season upcoming for the Aztecs?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing leading into it is, Sean and the staff did a great job of retaining the guys that they wanted to retain from last year's team and then going out and filling those holes that we had with, really quality young men. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about in the weight room, the difference between the team that walked out of the weight room on December 1st and the guys that walked in January 1st, the transformation of that team was something they had never seen before with how much better it just looked, just guys walking in. So excited about that. They've done a great job through all the different phases, or the climb as they like to call. And we're excited to go, hit somebody in a different colored jersey tomorrow.
And again, it'll be tomorrow night at 7:05, San Diego State and Stony Brook. JD Wicker, San Diego State's athletic director, with us right now on Jon and Jim. We'll give away some Aztec tickets coming up in 7 or 8 minutes. So I saw the release earlier today out of San Diego State Communications about what's new at Snapdragon Stadium. But one of the things, and it might be good for our listeners heading out there tomorrow, JD, is there's more construction underway at San Diego State Mission Valley, right? So what impact will that have over the course of the 2025 football season and beyond for Aztec fans?
Yeah, we're excited. Mission Valley is, something we talked about. It wasn't only a stadium. It was housing. It was innovation district. It was River Park, all the other things. So the first housing project is under construction. So there will be some changes to how you enter the lot, but we've spent a lot of time working with our partners on making sure we've got, good flow coming into the stadium. So we encourage everybody to go to the website or check your email. As you'll be receiving information on what those changes are. But it's exciting to see more of Mission Valley going under construction. And again, San Diego State delivering to the community what we said we would.
How's the field holding up? Because you got SDFC, you have the Wave, and now we're going to add Aztec football to the mix. How's the field holding up at Snapdragon?
Yeah, the field's been spectacular. After the Shakira concert, we replaced the field. It's called sod on plastic. It's a new way to grow grass. If you watched the NFL wildcard playoffs last year, I think it was Pittsburgh, and then maybe in week 2, Philadelphia, they had brand new fields that they had installed in January in cold weather areas. And that's because they had grown this new way of growing sod on plastic. So you can grow it thicker, it's easier to harvest, and it's easier to install And we did that, and everybody's been extremely happy with the field to this point. Obviously, coming into the fall, it's going to be a little more activity on it. So we'll be continuing to baby it as much as we can. We've got the grow lights as well. So we'll see how it goes. But we've also, we've got plenty of grass out there between sod on plastic and at the turf farm that if we need to replace areas or, do the things that we need to do to make sure we have a good surface for everybody that plays there, we will do it.
You've been doing this a long time. Did you ever think you'd become this much of an expert on grass and turf?
Well, I was a facility guy before this. So, I knew when I was in the Southeast, I knew a little bit about turf, but did not think I'd be spending this much time on turf while in San Diego. So between real estate development, lobbying at the federal, state, and local level, floodplain maps, and now sod and turf, my job description's changed a little bit.
Absolutely.
JD Wicker is with us right now, San Diego State's athletic director. I'm curious, JD, because obviously with football scheduling, it's more than usually just like a year and ahead, but we're looking at the Pac-12, for example, in 2026. And like publicly, we don't know how many conference games there's going to be, right? Or even maybe behind the scenes. I don't know if it's been finalized. As in, isn't it a big difference for you from a non-conference perspective if there's, let's say, 7 conference games or 8, or even, I guess, a scenario where there's more than 8 conference games? How do you plan for all of that behind the scenes, knowing that the non-conference scheduling portion, that typically is happening, 12, 24, 36 plus months out?
Yeah, we're right now we've still got to replace a non-conference matchup that we had with Oregon State next year because that'll be a conference game. So we're working on that right now. The SEC going to 9 games, and potentially the ACC going to 9 games, and some conference realignment. We think we'll shake somebody loose that we'll be able to do that. So hopefully in the next month or two we'll be able to finalize our non-conference schedule for next year. And just based on, there just aren't that many teams out there, we'll figure out how to play, what are 8 conference games. And there have been discussions in the background and, with the Pac-12 ADs, and hopefully we'll have that finalized here in the near future, because again, we've got to start putting all of this together. We're less than, a year out basically from starting the Pac-12 football season. So we've got to get those answers pretty quick.
What do you think about the future college football playoff format? Not to predict what is ultimately going to transpire, but from your viewpoint, what's preferred in terms of the access model? Is it 5 conference champions plus at larges? How would you do it if you were in charge of coming up with the future modeling?
Yeah, I think it's 12 or 16 teams, and it's the AQs for the conference champions. Highest ranked conference champions, and then everybody else has to earn their way in. And I think with the tweak that they made, where a win against a better team versus a win against a not as good team, it weighs differently in their metric. And if you schedule appropriately and maybe you play a really good team close, you're going to get some credit for that, as opposed to scheduling. You look at who, some of the SEC teams schedule leading into their, rivalry games or, things like that. So I think you have to earn it on the field, and, teams have to actually go win the games. You can't expect when you lose to teams with losing records, even if they are in your conference and they're really good usually, but they have a losing record this year. Well, you have, losses to teams with losing records. What do you expect?
So we heard from Sean Lewis earlier in the show today, JD, and he sounds confident in this team's, chances to succeed this year. And when asked about a bowl game, he was like, hell yeah, absolutely. We feel like we can make a bowl game. As far as your expectations go for this upcoming season, where do they sit compared to where Sean Lewis is right now?
Yeah, I mean, at San Diego State, we compete for championships. We have over 100 championships since the 2010 season. We've tied the Mountain West Conference, or we've led or, been tied for the lead in the number of championships that we've had the last 4 years. We have far more than anybody else in the conference over the length of the conference. So, yeah, we expect to win championships, and, that leads to being eligible for bowl games. We'll be interested to see in year 2 if we're quite up to the snuff of competing with a Boise State or somebody like that. But, we'll get that opportunity at Snapdragon Stadium against Boise State, and you'll bring in a good Colorado State team coming to San Diego as well, a good San Jose State team. So, encourage people to come out and cheer the guys on. But yeah, I think a bowl game is definitely within our sights this year. And if we don't get that, then we'll be disappointed.
All right. So tomorrow night at San Diego State and Stony Brook at 7:05. And again, tickets are available at goaztecs.com. JD, I'm going to have you pick out the number. And whatever number you say is the caller that's going to win these 2 free tickets right now for tomorrow night. So give me a number between, let's say.
Yeah, don't say like 750.
No, like between maybe 1 and 10.
I was going to say 14 because that would mean we won the conference championship, in the first game in the college football playoff.
I love that.
Okay.
Then the number, Brent just gave me 2 thumbs up. So caller 14 to 877-767-4760 right now has 2 free tickets for tomorrow night, and tickets are available right now at goaztecs.com. JD, we always appreciate your time. We'll hear from you again tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the pregame show, and we're looking forward to tomorrow night. So thank you for doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited about tomorrow night, and if people may have missed it, cross-country meet in Mission Valley and the River Park at 5:00 on Friday, and then women's soccer on Saturday night at 7, and men's soccer on Monday night against USD on Monday night at 7. So lots of Aztec activity in Mission Valley, and we hope we'll see a bunch of people there and go Aztec.
And by the way, 2 Aztecs in the Ryder Cup as well, right?
Yes, indeed.
2 Aztecs
absolutely.
for life golfers in the Ryder Cup as well for the U.S. JD, we appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow night, all right?
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Go Aztecs.
All right, lines are lit up. Caller 14, 877-767-4760. We can react to a conversation with JD. We'll have an update for you from Seattle, where the Mariners and Padres are getting late. Mariners are leading. Stay with us. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update is brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Padres and Mariners right now on top of the 8th inning. Padres trail the Mariners 4-2. They have an off day tomorrow before they start a 3-game series to wrap up their road trip in Minnesota against the Twins. Padres still 1 game back of the Dodgers in the National League West, with the Dodgers playing the Reds later tonight up at Dodger Stadium. And tomorrow night, the Aztecs football season gets underway. Their home opener against Stony Brook, 7 p.m. kickoff. 5 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real limited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
All right, great to connect with JD Wicker. You'll hear him tomorrow during our pregame coverage at 6 p.m. Again, Aztec, Stony Brook tomorrow night at 7:05, right here on San Diego Sports 760. The update from Seattle, Washington is the Mariners lead the Padres 4-2 in the top of the 8th inning. So Padres bullpen has kept them in this game. Remember, Darvish went 4, allowed 4, but the Mariners are still sitting on 4 runs and at least some late chances, Jim. We'll see if they can capitalize or not. Again, they had a golden opportunity an inning or two ago, had the bases loaded, trailing 4-2. Freddie Fermin struck out, and now trying to rally late in Seattle.
Yeah, Fermin's not had a good day. He's 0-for-3 today, 2 strikeouts. Manny Machado, once again, an awful day, 0-for-4, 2 strikeouts. Tatis, he's getting warning track powers, 1-for-4 today. Laureano got hit, nothing really to show for it, 0-for-3. But yeah, it's a scary thought. Not really a scary thought because they can still, obviously win the division, but it's just not going to make you feel good if the Dodgers end up winning tonight. If the score holds and the Padres lose, and you look up and you're like, oh, we're now 2 back of the Dodgers, and it's been 4 days, and it's really 3 games because they hold the tiebreaker.
I will agree with you. Come tomorrow when we're on, Jon and Jim. If that holds, Padres lose, and let's say the Dodgers later today beat the Reds, they'll be a favorite. Ohtani's on the mound.
In 4 days, you went from up 1,
yeah, and here's
down 2, and 3.
And I'll say, like, hey, listen, there is time, and there is, but now every day you're at the point where there's 28 games after today. I mean, you're getting down to a smaller amount of time to make up real ground. Of course, you can make it up, but it becomes less and less likely as you fall further and further out of it, or more and more days come off the calendar. So if this score holds, you better hope, if you're a Padres fan, that final month of the schedule we've referenced for 3 months, you make complete hay with it and you just take off running with that. And maybe they do. And maybe that's the confidence they need by doing it. Maybe they close 21-7.
Maybe they do
with that schedule.
And, if the score holds here, and like you said, the Dodgers win, then you're 2 back, really 3 back going into your off day in a matter of 4 days
from 1 up
to essentially 3 down.
So how it will feel. Yeah.
And on the flip side, it could equally go the other way for you as well in a 4-game or 4-day stretch where you are down 2 and all of a sudden in 4 days you're up. But
you're right.
That's going to be based off of needing help. And a lot of help from other teams.
Well, good point. You're not going to control.
Yeah.
The thing with the Dodgers that has worked to their advantage this year, I'm talking about the Padres' advantage, is the Dodgers haven't taken off. But how much of that has to do with San Diego? Nothing.
They haven't taken off, but they also have whooped the Padres' ass this year.
But that's the amazing thing, that they've played the Padres well head-to-head, but against everyone else, they haven't really separated themselves from San Diego by and large, right? Yeah. Just a game or two.
And the head-to-head has helped.
But what if, the thing that we can't control, any Padres fan can't control, is what if the Dodgers finally play well over the final month of the year?
Exactly. And their schedule is equally as soft as yours.
Yeah. So, I mean, is anyone going to be shocked if the Dodgers close, I'm making it up, 19-9? They're like, oh my gosh, they win 9. No, you've seen them go 19-9 every year for the last 15 years.
Yeah. That means you got to go at least 20-8.
No better.
No, you have to go better, 21-7.
And if you fall a game back today, it's 22-6.
I don't know if 22-6, this team has 22-6.
22-6 is crazy.
Yeah. I don't think they have 22-6.
Yeah. Now, can they close like 20-8, 19-9? Even that's not easy. I don't care who you're playing. It's not easy to go 20-8.
But the 22-6 is only if the Dodgers do win 19 or 19 games.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Whatever.
But I guess my point is, if you lose today, game isn't over. It's in the 8th inning. And if the Dodgers win tonight, may or may not happen, you're now in an undesirable spot. Again, not impossible.
Yeah.
But again, if I went to Fangraphs right now, I guarantee Fangraphs is telling me the Dodgers have a 70% chance of winning the division.
Probably.
And that's only going to go up based on this game and the game that's coming tonight.
You know what's going to be crazy too?
What?
Is Phillies have lost a couple in a row here.
Yes.
And they're only half game up on the Dodgers for the 2 seed.
All right. So how will that impact? Let's go down a path where the Dodgers win the division. They're the 2 seed. The Phillies are the 3 seed as a division winner. And the Padres are on a 4-5. It doesn't have crazy impact, that 2-3 part of it.
Yeah, it does. Because if the Dodgers get a 2,
yeah, I'm listening.
Padres are 4-5.
Yep.
Winner of that series plays the 2.
No, they play the 1.
Oh, right.
1-4-2-6, or you know what I mean?
Well, 3-6. 3-6 plays the 1. You're right.
No. You're right.
I'm right.
No, you're not right.
No,
you're not right.
you're not right. Am I right? You're right.
The 1 plays
Hold
the
on.
4-5.
1 plays 4-5. 2
The 2 plays 3-6, right? Because that means 1-4-2-3 if seeds hold. 1 plays a 4, 2 plays a 3, like in a semifinal.
Yes.
1 plays a 4, 2 plays a 3.
Right. Okay.
So even if the Dodgers are the 2 or the Phillies are the 2, it doesn't immediately impact the Padres in the National League Division Series.
Correct.
Just so we're all on the
Just
same
wanna
page.
make- If the Padres,
It's a different conversation. What you were saying.
If the Dodgers were the 1 seed, it directly affects the Padres, but they're not.
I don't see it.
They're not going to get the 1 seed most likely.
You're talking then about a Dodger team going like 23-5 and putting crazy pressure on. That's what I think would be like, because the Brewers are in good standing as that top seed.
Like there could be a realistic scenario with that if that plays out, where say the Dodgers are competing for the 1 seed and the Padres play the Brewers later in the month. Padres need to obviously win to get in the postseason, right?
Yeah.
But if they beat Milwaukee, then they might end up helping the Dodgers to potentially get a 1 seed. Where if the Padres were a 4-5, then they're setting up a matchup for the division round against the Dodgers if they end up beating Milwaukee to help the Dodgers clinch a 1 potentially.
But the Dodgers are 7 losses behind Milwaukee.
That's why I say that with tongue in cheek, because I don't know if that's that's probably not going to happen.
Possible, extremely unlikely. But again, they're going to head to the bottom of the 8th inning right now in Seattle, and the Mariners are leading the Padres 4-2. So do the Padres have a 9th inning comeback in store? Otherwise, they're going to lose the series in Seattle. We knew this was a challenging series. We said it coming in. We talked about the pitching matchups, talked about Seattle's recent home record.
And it's kind of disappointing because this is the last opportunity really until I'm not going to put the Reds in this category as far as good teams, because they're not even the postseason right now. If the season ends today, Reds are not in.
Right.
So this is the Padres' last opportunity against a good team before September 16th. September 16th is the next time they'll play a team in the postseason.
That's a long time.
Now the Reds are over 500. We don't know what's going to happen in the next week and a half here. They can lose a bunch in a row, and then they're all of a sudden below 500. And then you look at the Padres schedule, and it's like from Friday all the way up until September 16th, they're playing teams with below 500 record.
Mm-hmm.
And my point is, like, this is your last opportunity to play a good team and kind of test yourself and play good baseball. Because if they beat up on all these bad teams, which you are expecting and hope they do, what have they struggled this year is playing good teams.
Yeah, you hope it's, I'm getting ahead of myself, but you hope by beating up on bad teams, if they do, it gives them the confidence that is necessary. It's such a mental game that if you, let's say down the stretch, the Padres do go, I'm completely making it up, 20-8, be like, well, you'd be pretty confident as a Padres fan. I don't care who they're playing. You go 20-8 to finish your season, you'd feel good about their chances in the postseason.
This schedule is a joke, John. It is an absolute joke.
7 of your 28 are against the Rockies.
Minnesota, Baltimore, Colorado for 7. The White Sox for 3. Arizona for 3.
Right.
The Reds for 3. Reds are around 500. They're not in the postseason right now. Like an absolute joke of a schedule in a good way for September.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you better pick up a bunch of ground here in September. You better play well in September, because that's right on a silver platter for you, dude.
Yeah, it really is. I completely agree with that. All right, we're going to react when this game goes final, which should be within the next 10 or 15 minutes. We're going to hear from Mike Shildt. We'll get to the wrap coming up as well. We'll hear from Mike Shildt postgame, and Kevin Acey is going to join us live at 5:30 as well. So we're here until 6 p.m. Padres and Mariners are in the 8th. We'll react when it goes final within the next 10 or 20 minutes. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, the iHeartRadio Music Festival is back. Live performances by The Offspring, Tim McGraw, and more. September 19th and 20th at T-Mobile in Vegas. 2 nights, 1 stage. Tickets at AXS.com. While the world is listening on iHeartRadio, you could be there. 3 chances every weekday for you to win your trip for $2 plus $1,000 spending money. Next chance to text and win happens at 5 p.m. on San Diego Sports 760. All the info at sportssd.com/festival. We will have tickets to give away for San Diego State's opener in the 4 and 5 o'clock hour. This is tomorrow night. Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego State, and Stony Brook. We'll give away a pair of tickets next hour. We'll give away a pair of tickets in the 5 o'clock hour as well. If you missed JD Wicker, you'll hear our conversation at 5 p.m. And then Kevin Acee from Seattle, where it'll be an interesting conversation depending on this 9th inning. The Padres in a rubber match are trailing 4-2, facing a former Padre right now, and the Mariners closer, Andres Munoz.
Yeah, if they don't come back here against a guy that has a 1.41 ERA on the season, disappointing series, no doubt about it. Now, the stretch that they will have just completed here, it's the stretch that we've talked about, like months prior.
Mm-hmm.
The stretch of Boston, San Francisco, Dodgers, San Francisco, Dodgers, Seattle.
Yeah. So how many games is that?
That is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19 games.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah. So
okay.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15 plus 4 is 19. Because they played a 4-game series against the Giants.
Got you. Okay, 19. What is their record heading into today?
The record heading into today, John, is 75-58.
No, but their record in those 18 games.
Oh. In those 18 games,
Mm-hmm.
let me just add this up real quick. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11-7 with
11
today.
and 7.
So 11-8 in a loss, 12-7 with a win.
Yep.
But 11-8 in a loss. I think a lot. We said keep your head above water during this stretch.
We
basically,
did.
that gets you the postseason.
I said get to September
Yeah.
and you'll be good. But that was with me not thinking that the division was going to be in play.
True, and that was a little bit. We talked so much about August. I didn't know Ramon Laureano was going to come here and be Babe Ruth. Like
Right.
they made these additions to kind of put them over the top, and they've played well enough. If you told me 11-8 with that schedule, all those games against the Dodgers, and even a series like this where Seattle's been really good at home, I think 11-8 is a reasonable record.
Reasonable,
maybe good.
11-8. Yeah. Now you did go 6-1 against the Giants in there, and the Giants stink.
Right. So against everyone else, not as good.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got swept in LA. You potentially, if they don't come back here, will have lost a series against Seattle.
Right.
You did win a series against Boston, and you did win a series against the Dodgers, but you had an opportunity to sweep the Dodgers on Sunday and really make that thing hurt, and you squandered it.
It's a big game.
That was a huge game.
It was a really big game.
In hindsight, that's just a massive game.
I mean, the fact that I remember I was sitting there, it's 2-1 in the 6th inning, and my mind's going down the path of like, whoa, they're 2 up now because you got Pavetta in this bullpen, and like you haven't punched your ticket to this division, but you've got an inside track to the division, and man, it's crazy how quickly things change in sports. From 2-1 up to they were basically blown out in that game, right? They lost 8-2. In that game. So
it turned into a blowout. Yeah.
So it happens very quickly. I don't know if it's the determining factor or not, because I don't know what happens from here on out, but yeah, we might circle that thing and say, man, that was a huge turn of events that Sunday afternoon at Petco.
Yeah, we could absolutely say that. And, it could mean a lot. It could mean very little because of how quickly things can change. If you say you sweep the Twins this weekend and the Dodgers end up losing 2 or 3, then it's a completely different story. Now we're back to where we started. Right. So, every series and every day it's up and down and up and down and up and down. As long as you stay close within arm's distance or even closer than that, all it takes is one good weekend by you and one bad weekend by the Dodgers, and you're right into this thing again.
Yeah, sometimes you forget. I mean, 162 is so many that even with 28 games remaining, for example, it's like 2 NFL seasons.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, not fully, but I mean, they only play 17 times in the NFL, and you can come back from a 1-game deficit in the NFL or a 2-game deficit. We see it all the time. So 28 games is certainly enough time, but there's other teams I'd want to be chasing in the history of baseball than the LA Dodgers and the NL West. They found ways to win this division so often that it doesn't make it something easy, so to speak, to accomplish. So we'll see here. I think Jay Cronenworth is just homered.
Okay.
He certainly reached.
You want to get play-by-play?
Well, I want to explain. I mean, we've talked about this game all day. So, yeah, I kind of want to describe what's going on because the tying run is coming to the plate in the 9th inning.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Again, this is a big swing. It feels like a swing game.
Well, it is a swing game.
It feels like one because it is
match.
one.
Yeah.
Just not because of the series. I'm talking about just like in general. You win tonight, you put the pressure on the Dodgers. They got to go out and win. If they don't win, then we're tied in the National League West once again.
Right.
You know, so you lose today, you're 1.5 back, potentially 2 back. So this could be a 2-game swing. If you win here and you pull off this victory and the Dodgers lose tonight, you're tied. If you lose and the Dodgers win tonight, then you're down 2, really down 3.
You know, the amazing thing they showed Andres Munoz, you said he had a 1.41 ERA. He has 6 blown saves with a 1.41. He's 30 for 36 in save opportunities. So he has not been near perfect this year. He is facing a former club here. So again, like you said, I mean, there's certainly a lot on the line in the 9th inning today in Seattle. Okay, so Kevin Acee will join us. We'll put a complete bow on it. They're off tomorrow, right? They're off tomorrow, and then they're opening that series in Minnesota on Friday.
Nothing like an off day after a day game on a Wednesday, followed by a night game on a Friday.
The good news is we've got Aztec football and a short show tomorrow. we're on the air from 2 to 5.
I know, it's perfect. It sets up perfect for us.
So actually, that sets up really well. And then
Friday the game's at 5, I think.
Oh, is it in Minnesota?
Yeah, it's at 5:10 on Friday afternoon.
Gotcha.
Late afternoon. So, yeah, it's the Aztec game tomorrow night. Short show for me, not for you.
Yeah, that's a chef's kiss for you.
Oh, my gosh. It's like the perfect setup.
Does it get like, I mean, Fernando Tatis Jr., man, in a big spot in the 9th, representing the tying run. Can he come through in a big spot? Fernando Tatis Jr.
Well, the odds are not up there. Like, they're not very high.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The odds are not very high with Tatis coming through and hitting a big time home run. Hope I'm proved wrong, but
that could be the reverse jinx.
That's
necessary,
maybe,
to potentially propel.
Look, if he hit a home run here,
what would you do?
I don't know.
What would you do?
There's nothing I
Say
can do.
something you would do.
I'm not going to do anything.
What would you do?
I wouldn't do anything other than just watch him hit a RBI double to put the tying run at second base. That's all I'm going to do.
What are we doing? Play-by-play here? All right. We will have, on the other side, we'll have an update from Seattle, where it is now 4-3 in the 9th inning. So we'll have an update from Seattle. Can the Padres pull off what would be, I would say, a pretty remarkable come-from-behind win? They were trailing Brian Wu 4-0 in this game. They went to Alec Jacob after 4 innings. And the Padres are rallying in the 9th against the Seattle Mariners. Once it's final, you know where to turn. Right back to us. We'll hear from Mike Shildt. We'll have post-game reaction, and Kevin Acee will join us coming up as well at 5:30. And we'll kick off hour 3 on the other side. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update's brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. It is a final in Seattle. Padres lose to the Mariners 4-3. They now drop a game and a half behind the Dodgers in the National League West. Dodgers take on the Reds later tonight at Dodger Stadium. Padres have an off day tomorrow before they start a 3-game series to finish up their road trip in Minnesota. And tomorrow night, the Aztecs football season kicks off as they open up the season at home against Stony Brook, 7 p.m. kickoff. 5 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in your family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Getting you all set for that drive home. Let's just start the show. Here's Jon and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 3 of Jon and Jim. We are going to have Kevin Acey with us in 90 minutes at 5:30 from Seattle, and we're also giving away Aztec tickets for tomorrow, this hour and next. But the story is what Jim just told you. The Padres lose the rubber match in Seattle. They're in a tenuous spot. They're a game and a half behind the Dodgers. I hate when things aren't in your own hands. Now you're rooting like crazy for the Reds as the Dodgers and Reds play tonight, because if the Dodgers win, you're 2 back, but really 3 because of that tiebreaker. So it was just too much to overcome. They've battled a little bit here recently. I go back to the game where they lost to Seattle in the opener, but these are losses. And we're at the time of year where all that matters are the results, wins or losses. They trailed 4-0. Kind of more of the same. Darvish isn't fully Darvish. He's been good and bad, but he was bad once again today. Your offense shows some signs of life, but you don't get the big hit. And some of these big pieces, specifically Manny Machado, not coming through when you need him to come through in a big way. So we knew it was a tough series. They lose the tough series, and now they got to fully capitalize over the next 28 games.
Here's what the last 4 days has shown me. This is going to be difficult if you are facing teams that have a 3-run homer in their back pocket, because you don't have that. Now, this team hit a grand slam yesterday. They have hit home runs of late, but that's not their MO. They are not a team that's going to go out and mash. Dodgers, they mash. Mariners, they mash. And you can't keep up with that. You can win a game here and there, right? They did that last night. Luckily, they got a win. It was dicey, but they got a win. And they hit some home runs.
Mm-hmm.
But in a series in the postseason, you're going to be facing teams that all have that 3-run home run in their back pocket, except for you. You don't hit home runs consistently enough to, in the 9th inning, be like, okay, here we go. Here's our 2-run homer right here. Like, you don't have that. You have to have, like, the way they scored this game, those Padre type of innings, which are wonky. Get hit by a pitch, infield single, bunt the guy over, sack fly, RBI single. Like, that's how they're scoring runs. It just, the amount of energy that this team has to use to score runs in games on a majority basis, it doesn't compare to what you see from the Mariners or the Dodgers or the Phillies. Like, oh, we need a 3-run homer right here. Boom, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. What's easier? Stringing things together. This is always the problem with postseason baseball. When you're a team that needs to string something together in the postseason and everything is so magnified and every hit feels like it's so like laborious or laborious or whatever the word is. Like, if you need 3 hits in an inning to score, it's hard to score in the postseason. And to your point, there's other teams where it's like blue blast or walk homer, and that's not really who the Padres have been. But I still think it goes back to starting pitching, because like the offense has actually shown me things over the last month.
They have
4 homer games, the grand slam yesterday from Laureano, where I'm left scratching my head after Dylan Cease yesterday, and they win the game, and I'm left scratching my head today, and I'm told, well, you Darvish has turned a corner in August. No, he hasn't. These pitchers are not dependable. You have one starting pitcher that's dependable. Not 2, not 3, not 4. You have one. Michael King's MIA. It's not his fault. He's been hurt, but he's MIA. You, Darvish, I'm sorry. He's had an amazing career. He's 39. You're hoping and praying it all is put together in October. That's all you could possibly do. And then Dylan Cease, you made the point. You're right. Hide him if they're on the road in the postseason. Well, how on earth do you do that when you have one starting pitcher? So I think it actually starts there. I think their biggest issue right now is starting pitching and the massive question mark that surrounds everyone other than Nick Pivetta.
I mean, ironically, they pitched great over the weekend against the Dodgers. They're starting pitching. Darvish on Friday, Cortez on Saturday, and then Pivetta on Sunday. They all pitch great.
But it's the consistency. And truthfully, it's been as much down as it's been up. It's actually been more down than up.
Also, they're not a really good road team.
No, they've been awful on the road, actually. What are they now? 5 or 6 games under 500 on the road? I mean, that's not good. For a team that's trying to win a division, that's not good.
Their road record this year, John, I don't know if this is updated.
With today.
They're 75 and 59.
Yeah,
they're a game and a half back. They're 32 and 37 on the road.
That's not good.
And they're 43 and 22 at home.
You have to be a 4-seed or better. Otherwise, your chances of getting through things are a lot tougher.
Yep. That's just the facts. They are not a great road team, especially against good teams on the road. So if they're a 5-seed and they got to go to Chicago, that's going to be some scary times right there. Because, they're going to have to go on the road and beat a good team.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm just looking at their schedule here, right? They're just of late, on the road against good teams, John. They got swept in LA. They lost the series to Seattle. Last time they beat a good team on the road, I mean, you got to go all the way back to the start of June when they actually beat Milwaukee at home.
Oh, at home?
Or on the road, excuse me, in Milwaukee. They took 2 or 3 from them. They had a 1-0 victory there. That was the last time they beat a playoff team on the road.
Well, think about it. I mean, this year they've obviously struggled at Dodger Stadium. This year they struggled. I remember it was all the way back in the day, but they lost a series in Wrigley, at Wrigley, in Chicago. We've talked about their splits against teams over 500 and under 500 all season long. It's like you can get to the postseason beating up on bad teams. The Padres will prove it. They'll get to the postseason. That's not the question that we're trying to answer. The question is, can you beat good teams once you get there? And that obviously is a huge question mark. I think the real path to postseason success this year is securing that division and that higher seed. If you're a 2 or a 3, getting a home series or getting home field for a series or 2. For example, the path you're talking about right now, if you're the 5 and you got to go through Chicago, and then even if you beat Chicago, you're starting the 5-game series at Milwaukee. I mean, you're not going to feel overly confident. That's not the easiest path to get to an NLCS or a World Series, by going through Chicago and then Milwaukee, with those teams having home field in those series.
So you want me to tell you something that won't make you feel good about their chances on the road against a good team in the postseason?
I mean, I think I know what you might say. And I think what you're going to tell me is their road record against good teams is really bad.
They have won a total of 1 series on the road this year against a good team. And that was the series I just said, Milwaukee and Milwaukee. That's it.
So you're telling me, because I don't even know this off the top of my head, they lost the series in Philadelphia?
They lost the series in Philadelphia.
They lost at the Cubs. They've lost series to the Dodgers.
I'll just go over this real quick.
Mariners.
All right. Cubs in Chicago, they lost. Houston in Houston, they lost. Detroit in Detroit, they lost. Yankees on the road, they lost. Toronto, they got swept. Milwaukee, they won. All right. Dodgers, they lost 3 of 4. Philly, they lost 2 of 3. Dodgers past weekend, they got swept. Here in Seattle, they lost 2 of 3. They have not won a series. Excuse me. They have won 1 series on the road against a good team all year long.
All year long.
All year long.
Are you saying of every playoff team, every team in playoff positioning?
Yes.
Because they haven't played, some of them they haven't played on the road. Like the American League teams, it's split, right? You're only going to one place.
Boston, yeah.
Right. So, okay. So you're telling me that their overall series record then is what? 1 series win and how many series losses?
All right, we'll go Cubs.
Yeah, I'll count it.
All right, they lost that series.
Yeah.
Houston, they lost that series.
Yeah.
Detroit, they lost that series.
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, they lost that series.
Okay.
Toronto, they lost that series.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee, they won that series.
Okay.
All right. Dodgers lost that series. They lost 3 of 4.
Yeah.
All right. Philly, they lost that series. Dodgers last weekend, they lost that series. Seattle, this series right here, they lost this series as well.
They're 1-9 in road series against playoff teams.
Correct.
Therefore, we've just answered the trivia question. How did the Padres get to a World Series? By not opening the postseason in a 3-game series on the road.
Nope.
Again, if crazier things happen, yeah, it's sports. Things happen. But do you like your chances? If you're 1-9 in road series this year against, as Jim put it, good teams, I would just say is playoff teams that are in playoff standing, the Padres have not been able to compete with on the road this year. And it speaks to their overall issues on the road, where they're 5 games under 500. And really, it's inconsequential if you've beaten the Rockies in Colorado on the road this year, because that's not the caliber of team you're going to be playing in the postseason. That is very damning.
Not great.
And telling.
I didn't even realize that. Like if we're breaking this down, and I'm not talking about time of the series, because time of the series, you could change it up and like, oh, well, Arizona was this, and the Giants were this on the, like right now. Yeah. Against playoff teams, they're 1-9 in series.
Well, I guess the elixir is winning every remaining game and being the 1 seed, but that's not realistic, obviously.
No.
So you got to do everything you possibly can to get the 4 seed in the National League postseason or better. It is as simple as that to feel good about your chances in 2025. Because you can have Mason Miller and Ramon Laureano can hit 6 home runs this month, but if you're 1-9 in road series against good teams, how confident are you really going to be opening the postseason in a best of 3 series on the road?
Now you're 2 back of Chicago. Chicago plays later tonight in San Francisco at 6:45. So, you could be looking at a situation where you would potentially be 2.5 back of the Cubs and then 2 back of the Dodgers, really 3 back of the Dodgers if both of those teams win tonight.
And that's where I started the segment, and that's what I hate saying. You got to go root now. Hey, go Giants, go Reds. It never works out that way. You can't have the perfect combination of results around you. That's not the way you're going to lock down the 2 seed or the 3 seed or the 4 seed. The way to do it is by winning.
Oh, and by the way, if the Mets win tonight against the Phillies and sweep the Phillies,
the Mets win tonight, okay,
they will only be 2.5 back of you in the wild card.
The Mets. Okay, and then that opens up the possibility of something I said was very unlikely, which is actually a Padres-Dodgers opening series. And the reason I say that is because the Dodgers could be a 3 seed. And if you get passed by the Mets, you could still be a 6 seed.
And the Padres play the Mets in New York in September.
And all of a sudden, the Mets are playing well. They had a month-long period where they weren't, and now they're starting to play like a team that's eyeing the postseason.
And that will be a road series against a playoff team. And the Padres this year, as we just said, are 1-9 in series against playoff teams in baseball.
Well, then they better win that series.
Well, that series could prove to be a massive, massive series for seeding purposes.
Yeah, completely. I mean, wow. I mean, it's amazing the difference a game makes. Like I always say, you win today,
4 days.
We would never go down this path.
No.
If they won today, be like, oh, they won a series in Seattle. We wouldn't even entertain what they've done against good teams on the road, and we'd be singing their praises right now. But they didn't win today, and they lost by a run, and they left the tying run 90 feet away, and that's baseball. And the Padres right now are trying to pick themselves back up this weekend against the Minnesota Twins. Still plenty of time remaining in the year, but again, margin is getting thinner and thinner in terms of winning the National League West in 2025. Mike Shildt has just spoken to the media. You're going to hear the entirety of that conversation on the other side. Do not go anywhere. Plus, this hour, we're giving away Aztec football tickets for tomorrow night. Plus, at 5:30 in 75 minutes, we will hear from Kevin Acee, our Padres Insider, who will join us coming up at 5:30. So don't go anywhere. We'll hear from Mike Shildt on the other side. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, we're going to hear from Mike Shildt in 1 minute. We're giving Aztec football tickets away momentarily. We did the deeper dive. Jim, with the stat of his life, I mean, off the cuff, realizing that the Padres are 1-9 in road series against playoff teams this year. The lone series win at Milwaukee, which is a great series win. But
they should have swept them, by the way.
They lost in walk-off fashion in the Saturday game. But then we went deeper and said, well, what is their record in those 10 series? It's horrific. Well, we knew it was bad. They've lost 9 of the series, but it's worse than bad because there's multiple sweeps in there. They're 9-22 in their 10 road series against playoff teams this year. 9-22.
Is that good?
I mean, you better not be playing for a 5 seed. You know, I mean, they're not, but you know what I mean? Like if the chips just fall and you're the 5 seed, spring training is, you know, I mean, you never know, of course, but how good are you going to feel?
And it doesn't really, I mean, it does, but it won't affect you as much in a 5 or a 7 game series. Now, look, you do have to start the series on the road, most likely.
You don't play every game on the road.
But you're not playing like a 3 game series or a 4 game series on the road. Where it affects you the most is that wild card round where you would have to go on the road for 3, potentially, right? Unless you, if you don't sweep them or if they sweep you, and they have not played well against good teams, playoff teams on the road this season. They've been awful. And the last thing you want right now, again, long month, but still, it kind of just like shows you the point of how important the 4 or the division is for this team going into September.
Massive division, whether it's the 2 or 3 seed, wild card, you almost have to secure that 4 seed to have a level of confidence, to be confident heading into the postseason. All right, let's hear from Mike Shildt. He starts with the media postgame after the 4-3 loss today in Seattle with his own opening comments on the game.
2 really good teams. You know, they just went toe-to-toe and, you know, some big swings with the determination on both sides of it, quite frankly. And, you know, but man, hard fought. I mean, I love this team so much, you know, the way they compete, the way they're getting after it. You know, went toe-to-toe and outside of one big swing, you know, felt like we played a really good baseball game, but they all count.
Does that be how you might judge use day-to-day as well? Just one big swing, or what'd you see out of it?
More or less, you know, he gives up the base hit to Rodriguez. I mean, he's cruising through 3, just absolutely cruising through 3 and looking good. Fastball's got life. Everything's sharp. Cutter was really good. You know, the curveball was in play. Thought he was fantastic. You know, Rodriguez gets the base hit. You know, and here you go. You get the walk, you know. That's always the kind of the thing that precludes it. And then, you know, Suarez put a swing on it and got it over.
How much is length in your starters going to be a key going forward that you didn't necessarily get this week in Seattle?
It's going to be important. I mean, we're going to get to a time where, we can, you know, go to the bullpen super early. But you're talking about, you know, Yu Darvish and Dylan Cease and, you know, guys that we have a lot of trust and confidence in. And, you know, the ability for those guys to go deeper and it's going to be important for the continued freshness of our bullpen. And so, especially, you know, we just navigated a 13-in-a-row stretch that, quite frankly, I felt like all of us navigated it very well. You know, there's going to be a time where this guy or that guy dominoes out of place, but quite frankly, there wasn't a domino out of place the whole time.
A couple of you guys took a meeting today, Laureano and Bogarts. How are they doing?
We're finding out about Bogey right now. They're doing some imaging, so, you know, I got him good, and he's a tough guy, as we all know. And, you know, for him he wasn't going to go back out. You know, we were going to tie the game, go ahead, and Crony was going to go play shortstop. But we're going to find out here about him soon. You know, Lowe, I don't think there's any concern at the moment, at least for us. And his mobility, everything, he's got to be pretty sore. He got dotted up pretty good with a good fastball in the ribs. That didn't taste or look great. But anyway, we'll see how he is. It's more of a tolerance thing for him at the moment. There's nothing medically on my desk that says anything to be alarmed about other than some real soreness probably.
He obviously moved up to the 2 spot today. Is that a product of what we have in the day off? Is that something we can see going forward?
Yeah, I think it's more of a product of that. I mean, you know, listen, the lineups are always fluid. I know people like to think about them, rightfully so. Louis got a day-to-day, came off the bench, good teammate. But, Luis Raz is still, the 5th most hits in the National League, 2nd most multiple hit games, and a big part of our club. We'll continue to look at it, but, it was a good chance for Lowe to get back a little bit higher. And, we also talk about balancing our lineup out as well. So there's always that. Our offense is in a great spot. However you want to slice it up, carve it, and analyze it, which clearly we do. I do, quite a lot, but more recently, our bat quality since the beginning of August and consistency of quality of bat, second time through, righties versus lefties, runners in scoring position, our bat quality's gone significantly up. So it really is. We got a deep lineup, and everybody continues to take quality at bats. We'll feel good about where everybody's heading.
Talking about the length from your starters, you got quite a bit last week.
We did.
You had, like Darvish had the great start, all that. How surprised have you been that it's kind of been a little bit of down, up, down?
A little bit. We prepare. They're human. They're going to have their ebbs and flows to it. To the point of our ability to keep the dominoes in place for the 13 in a row. And still be aware of competition and health. Those 3 starts in a row, we got some real depth out of Nicky and Cortez and Darvish were really important. It allowed us to go take those couple games down, set us up moving forward. And but yeah, the consistency of that, we know we're not going to get it. We just want to be able to get as consistent as possible and know that we do have a good bullpen. There's opportunities for those guys to go in appropriately.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Darvish has any problem for his physical because of he just pitching the only 4 innings?
No, I was just at a point there where, he's I think he's close to 70, 68 maybe, 69. Yeah, so the score dictated it. Could we have forced him to go back out? Of course we could have. It's the 2nd time. It's the most he's been on 4 days rest consecutively in over a year. We knew he was going to likely be in a somewhat shortened role. We're just going to see how hard he was working. He wasn't working hard at all, relative. And then that 4th inning, longer inning, and we're down. And we had, made a move the other day that made some sense to get Jacob up here that paid off today. We got him in here, and let's stop and congratulate those guys because unsung heroes of bullpens are rightfully our 5 are getting a lot of, appropriate attention. But man, we did a nice job. Jacob got his guys. Wani was able to go out and do his part. David Morgan, nice bounce back, and Yuki bailed him out a little bit, and Yuki was able to go get a clean 8th to keep it right there. And that's what good teams bullpens have.
Did you feel like congratulations are in order today? I don't. It's not what I'd be saying coming out of this game.
Do you know who Mike Shildt is?
I do. And also a couple of things that rub me the wrong way, and we can discuss it as well on the other side. All the praise, we understand who Mike Shildt is, to your point. But when you're telling me that this offense has never looked better and they're taking some unbelievable at-bats, and it is partially a true statement, but you can't say that and have Manny Machado in the midst of his deepest slump of the year. Sub 600 OPS in August, right? What's he hitting in August? He's hitting 224. It's August 20, I don't even know, 6th.
27th.
They don't even play again until Friday. It's going to be the 29th. His August was anemic.
His OPS has dropped to 819.
So there's no hey, our offense is great, but Manny had an August like that, right? Because if Manny has an October like that, guess what I know? There's no parade. So Manny has to turn himself around. The Darvish thing, well, it was at 69 pitches. Yeah.
Nice.
Right. There's just some oddities. There's some oddities that we'll discuss.
We know that Darvish is a guy that won't go deep into games unless his pitch count is low. And if his pitch count gets high and he has stressful innings, they're most likely going to pull the plug. He's not going to go 90 pitches plus. Most he's gone this year, I think, is 85, 86, 87, if that. And it's a real managing of his arm because
he's 39.
Exactly.
And he missed half of the year. All right. Also, is Xander Bogaerts legitimately hurt? The way that he answered that, that's at least a possibility. We're going to react to the Padres falling in Seattle this afternoon 4-3. They're heading for Minnesota to take on the Twins, beginning with a 3-game series on Friday night. Will they be 1 game out in the division or 2? It's dependent on the Dodgers tonight against the Reds. But don't go anywhere. Kevin Acee will join us in 1 hour. We're giving away Aztec football tickets for tomorrow on the other side. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, hey guys, it is Jon and Jim again for the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place, and we've been telling you about the hotel and spa at Jamul Casino Resort. It's now open. It's the next level of luxury. You can treat yourself to a stunning new stay, rooftop relaxation, indulgent spa treatments, and all the thrills of Jamul Casino Resort, now all in one unforgettable destination.
And now open is Jamul 23 Endless Dining. Every day you can savor San Diego's ultimate endless dining experience at Jamul 23. From their world-famous lobster brunch served every morning to their VIP endless dining experience each evening, indulgent chef-curated specialties, fresh seafood, prime cuts, and decadent desserts, all with stunning panoramic views.
Great food at Jamul. You can catch all the sports action, by the way, at Tony Gwynn Sports Pub. It's the ultimate sports showdown. You can catch the Padres live, plus great food at Tony Gwynn Sports Pub, where fandom meets fantastic at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place.
All right, this update's brought to you by Toyota of Poway in the heart of San Diego. Padres lose today to the Mariners 4-3, losing the series. They're now a game and a half back of the Dodgers in the National League West. Dodgers play the Reds later tonight in LA. Padres have an off day today before they start a 3-game series to wrap up their 6-game road trip Friday night in Minnesota versus the Twins. And tomorrow night, San Diego State kicks off their football season at home against Stony Brook, 7 p.m. kickoff, 5 p.m. pregame. Listen right here on San Diego Sports 760. And tonight at 6 p.m., we have SDFC Midweek Live, 1 full hour of SDFC talk, getting you ready for Sunday's match against LAFC. Toyota of Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today, with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. There's no better time to buy now during the Labor Day sales event, only at Toyota of Poway in the heart of San Diego.
All right, Jon and Jim. Kevin Acee joins us from Seattle coming up at 5:30. We continue to react to a Padres series loss in Seattle. But did you know Luis Ariz is 5th in the majors in hits? He is.
Oh.
5th most hits in the major leagues. So congratulations.
I love when stats are cherry picked to try to make your argument stick.
Yeah, like 1-9 in road series against good team. No, that's actually very telling. The Luis Ariz conversation is not over when it comes to the Padres. He didn't play today. He didn't start today. He pinch hit.
Yeah.
Obviously not over. The Jackson Merrill conversation, when he comes back, he's going to be playing. To me, honestly, dude, this loss doesn't boil down to me being like, what about their lineup? To me, it's Yu Darvish allows 4 runs in 4 innings. You're once again asking your bullpen to pick up slack. You're trying to overcome a large deficit. To the Padres' credit, their offense has gotten back into games here recently, and their offense has been improved. But I don't like the formula. The Padres' formula is go sit on a lead, and now it's like they're not just falling behind by a run. They're falling behind by on Monday night, they fell behind 9-4. On Wednesday afternoon, they fell behind 4-0. This is not the formula to winning against good teams in the postseason.
It's not, because this is not the style of play that they play and how they win games. So when they're playing uncharacteristic a brand of baseball, where they have to go and they're trying to match a team that just mashes, well, you see what happens this week. It's you lose 2 or 3. Now they did their fair share of hitting home runs and getting themselves, back into games and helping things out. But like all in all, how many 3-run home runs did the Mariners hit this series?
Well, 2 yesterday for their 6 runs. 1 today for their 3 of their 4 runs.
I want to say they hit a couple 2-run blasts on Monday.
May have. They scored 9 runs in that game.
But you get my point. The Mariners they're a walking 3-run homer team. Like just every time they have a couple men on, you're like, here comes the 3-run homer.
By the way, in that series opener, Cal Raleigh hit a solo home run. Polanco hit a 2-run home run. So they hit 2 home runs, but one was solo, one was a 2-run.
My point is they mash and they can put runs on the board very quickly because they have that 3-run homer, 2-run homer pop that the Padres don't. And so look, the offense has been better. I will agree with Mike Shildt on that. Absolutely. But they're also still inconsistent. Now, on the bright side, for how bad this team has been on the road this year, they have more home games than road games remaining in their season. They have 16 home games and 12 road games left in their year.
That's encouraging. I mean, they've been awesome at home. I mean, what are they, almost 20 games over or 20 games over at this point? So they've been great at home, and the schedule's not as challenging. The 1-9 stat that you brought up is road series against playoff teams.
Right.
Obviously, their road record against bad teams must be good. They're 9-22 in those series, so they must be pretty good when they're taking on Colorado.
32-37. You do the math.
So that means 23-15 against non-playoff teams. I would take that from here on out in those 12 road games. If you told me they're going 7-5 or better in those 12 road games because they're playing quote unquote bad teams, they're not. There's a Mets series in there.
Right.
But if you told me 6-6 or better, and then you told me in those 16 home games they're winning 10 plus times, like you're pushing the 90 wins. Is it going to be enough for division? It probably wouldn't in that scenario. But the issue remains the issue we've been talking about. I remember since very early on. Hey, are the Padres they're good against bad teams, but are they good against good teams? This was the overall topic of conversation. Now we've parsed it down. It turns out they're just awful against playoff teams on the road with one series win.
After this weekend in Minnesota, 10 of their next 13 games will be at home.
Okay.
I think the division could be won or lost in those 13 games.
Well, I mean, at that point, you're kind of towards the end.
Right. But still, you have 2 weeks remaining after that.
Okay.
But my point is, like, you got to eat at home. And then the 3-game series on the road is against the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
eat there, too.
You got to eat everywhere.
You got to eat whatever you want.
But after, I mean, and actually it starts on Friday because Minnesota's a bad team, too.
Right.
So your next, 16 games here? No. Yeah, 16 games. I'll put the Reds in there too, whatever.
Right.
The next 16 games are all against teams that are either below 500
or near 500.
Or near 500 or, out of the postseason picture.
I mean, I'll give you, here's the problem with when we say, hey, you got to eat, so to speak, like the Twins for all the wholesale changes, right?
You give me what their last 10 is.
Well, here's the thing. They've been bad recently, but they're 33-31 at home. Most teams are competent at home. By and large, most teams, even bad teams, are competent at home. So it's not like you go there and you're like, they're going to sweep them and win by 5 runs every night. Maybe they will. They could absolutely use it. Maybe the off day does them well. Sounds like guys could use it. Arise, Laureano, Bogarts, in terms of dealing with health. I think there's guys that could use it. I bet this bullpen could use it. They've been called upon.
Everybody could use it. Then they just played 13 in a row.
They played 13 in a row. Jackson Merrill could use it. He's supposed to be activated potentially this weekend.
Manny Machado needs an off day.
Yeah, I hope that's the cure.
I hope so too, because his August has been really bad.
I mean, by far the worst month of his season.
Yeah.
There's no close second for Machado.
Yeah, he better be buying Ramon Laureano and Gavin Sheets and who else has been great this month for the Padres? Rhino Hearn's been really good.
Be up there,
you better buy those guys steaks for picking his ass up because he's been really bad.
It's a good thing they made those moves at the deadline.
Yeah.
I mean, if this lineup didn't include Ramon Laureano over the last month, well, then they wouldn't have won as many games.
No.
Over the last month. No, you're 100% right. I mean, for whatever reason, Manny Machado is going eerily quiet here over the month of August. All right. We promised you Aztec football tickets for tomorrow. Why don't we give them away on the other side? We will let you know when to call for a chance to win 2 free tickets to see San Diego State and Stony Brook. That's tomorrow night at 7:05. Of course, you can hear the game right here on San Diego Sports 760 with our pregame coverage beginning at 5 p.m. Coming up at 5:30, Kevin Acey, our Padres Insider, will join us from Seattle with further reactions to the Padres dropping a series in Seattle, Washington. Again, we're giving away those Aztec tickets on the other side. We want to hear from you. 877-767-4760 or text us 70470. Start your message with the word team. This is Jon and Jim. All right, looking forward to catching up with Kevin Acee. Have we had Kevin on the show before?
I think a couple
Have we
times.
had Kevin?
1 or 2 times.
Here are my questions for you right now. We're reacting to a Padres series loss. Sometimes my memory fails me. Remind me, have the Padres had a 3,000? Has any player ever had 3,000 or more hits in a Padres uniform?
It's a good question.
Okay, so while you ponder that, has a Padres reliever ever struck out 13 consecutive batters in a row?
That's another good question.
I feel like you're going to ask a triple play question next.
Now, have the Padres ever even had a triple play in the history of the franchise? Is a fair question that Brent just brought up.
Wow, that's a great question.
I can't think of one.
You know, off the top of my head, I think they had one, but I can't remember.
If you don't know the answer to those questions, you're not watching Padres.tv. Like, it's fair to not know that. Maybe you don't remember Jeremiah Straw seriously struck out 13 in a row. You remember if you watch Padres.tv.
They force you to remember.
Like, you have to know that he struck out 13 in a row.
If you can't recite the whole thing like by heart.
And if you don't know Kevin Acey's joined us before, welcome to the show. We're Jon and Jim.
Exactly, yeah.
And
Kevin
we're
Acee
happy
joining
to
the
have
show
you.
is like seeing Tony Gwynn's 3,000th hit in Montreal 1,000 times. Probably more. I would love to know who's in that production truck, just like
hit the button.
spam, hit the button. Estrada, Tony, Estrada, Tony, triple play, triple play.
It's like, remember back in the day, like I remember when I got a Game Boy. So I'm 45.
You had a Game Boy?
I had a
Game Boy.
And the issue was the Game Boy was awesome, but I think my mom got me one game. So I'm like, oh, I guess we're going to play Tetris.
You just keep playing Tetris.
And it's like, eventually that gets kind of like old and tired. The Padres.tv, the like production of those, hey, Tony's 3,000th and Estrada, it's well produced. The problem is like it gets stale. They play 162 games.
It gets stale. It was stale 3 months ago.
9 innings. No, more. It was stale 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love the Game Boy, but you got to vary up the games. Like I like the ads, but you need to vary up. You can't tell me for a franchise that's been around since 1969, they only have 3 things that have ever happened.
Done.
Like
that. That's the theme song of it.
Yeah.
I hear it and I'm like, ugh, I get like hives.
Anyway. Jim's been sneezing all day. So if you think you've had a bad day because the Padres lost or tough day at work, imagine being in my shoes where Jim's been sneezing all day and I have to deal with the same things and the Padres lost. So Kevin will join us again coming up at 5:30. We'll give away Aztec tickets for tomorrow coming up in the next 5 or 6 minutes. You look at today and here, you want more congratulations in order, Jim, for today?
Yeah, give it to me.
Today is the first time all year Brian Wu has not gone 6 innings in an outing.
Let's celebrate that. Congratulations. Nobody cares they lost the game.
So they chased him. You want more celebration?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
Alec Jacob went an inning and a third scoreless.
Oh, congratulations. Nobody cares they lost the game.
You want more celebration?
Yeah, give it to me.
The bullpen, which did not really include the A team, although David Morgan's been terrific and Peralta's been good. Jacob, Peralta, Morgan, Matsui, 4 scoreless innings.
Oh, congratulations. Nobody cares. They lost the game.
You want more good news?
I do.
Fernando Tatis Jr., who homered in this series, like that's alone like a note because he hadn't homered in forever.
Yeah.
Had 2 hits today, including an RBI double in the 9th inning.
Oh, congratulations. That actually kind of maybe means something.
It kind of, Gavin Sheets has been awesome. 2 more hits.
Oh, congratulations. That actually means something too.
I think what else really happened. Cronenworth had a great at bat in the 9th inning. Ripped the ball off the left field wall. Remember?
He's quietly had like a sneaky solid year.
He's been solid. Again, my main criticism is not on this offense. I'm okay by and large here, other than Manny. Right? I'm okay. I look up and down at this lineup. Now the Arise conversations are covered, but I look at this. I'm okay with this, other than Manny. Here's the thing. With Cease and Darvish struggling, and with King MIA because of injury. Are you confident that Cease and Darvish get right by playing bad teams? Does that get Cease and Darvish right, or are Cease and Darvish just not right?
It doesn't matter who they pitch against.
That's what I'm saying. So if they're not right, are they going to be benefiting from the soft schedule coming up? Is the rotation going to be in a better spot because of the soft schedule coming up? Or are they just having down years and not pitching effectively?
All right, here's who Darvish has pitched against this year that are bad teams. Arizona, he went 3 2/3, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 3 walks.
Mm-hmm.
Washington lost that game, went 5 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, 5 hits. All right. St. Louis lost that game as well. 3 1/3, gave up 8 runs there. We all remember that game. Arizona, 4 innings, 3 earned runs allowed. Giants pitched well. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, won that game. Those are the bad teams he's faced this year.
Mm-hmm.
Not great numbers.
Right. So that kind of proves, that was my question. Like, are these
and I don't even
pitchers,
want to go look at Dylan Cease's numbers because they're all over the place.
I mean, he
too.
pitched poorly like in Sacramento 100 years ago. It's like that's kind of my point. Like, are these pitchers struggling against elite teams, or are these pitchers struggling?
They're struggling.
And that is a really big problem. So I go back to maybe where we kind of started the conversation, a long way of saying you have Nick Pivetta.
Yeah.
That's trustworthy. And then I hope Michael King comes back and is trustworthy, but it's hoping.
Michael King's the wild card. Michael King comes back and he looks close to what he looked like at the start of the season before he slept wrong. It will make everybody feel a whole lot different about this team, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you're probably right.
Because, before King went down, now you did have King and Pivetta in the rotation at the same time, pitching well together. And they were good. Now they were on the, in the middle of like a slide, but that was because of their offense. Their offense was horrific. I mean, not horrific, but it was not good. Okay. Can they get back to that point where they can put everything close together? Right? Can they have a King and Pivetta in your rotation pitching well? Can they have this offense playing the way it's played the last 3 or 4 weeks here with the new additions really stepping up and helping this team out while some key guys are really struggling? Can the bullpen, the back end especially, avoid the we just gave him a 3-run homer, right? Easier said than done. I understand that, but it's not like I'm asking for the entirety of the rotation to all pitch well and the entire offense, including Manny Machado and Arise, all to hit at the same time. And the bullpen, every single one of those guys coming out and throwing up zeros left and right. Like, I'm not asking for that. That to me is way harder of an ask than the ask of, can King come back and look pretty good?
Can the
offense still continue to do what they've been doing the last 3-4 weeks?
All right. If you want to, okay, I'll go down another path with you. If you want to play that path, and I'm fine to do it. What about the argument that's been made to me on social media? Yeah, they're 1-9 against good teams in a road series, but almost all of that was pre-deadline, despite the fact that they got swept at Dodger Stadium and just lost 2 out of 3 in Seattle. So they're actually 0-2 since deadline. But they had 7 series losses against good teams before the deadline. Is there any validity there? For me, no.
None.
Because you've only had 2 chances since, and you're 0-2.
And you're 1-5 in those games.
Yeah, it's not like you've shown improvement. It's not like you're 5-1 since I would buy that.
Yeah.
If you told me they're 5-1 since the deadline, they were 5-15 before, I'd be like, wow, they're a lot better.
Right.
But that isn't what's playing out.
No. And they're not a good road team this year. Right now. They're not a good road team.
No, I agree. I completely
agree. Unless they literally clean up in September. And by clean up, I mean like lose 2 games on the road all month.
Right. You go 10-2, and they would, they'd be over 500 on the road for the year as a team. All right, call right now. Caller 7. You are going to see the Aztecs tomorrow night. Their season opener against Stony Brook at Snapdragon Stadium. 7:05 is the kick time. Football back in San Diego. Caller 7. You have 2 free tickets. 877-767-4760. Call right now. 877-767-4760. Caller 7. You're going to the game. If you don't win right now, we'll have another chance for you to win in the 5 o'clock hour. Again, listen, beginning with pregame coverage tomorrow, beginning at 5 p.m. Kevin Acey will join us at 5:30. More reaction to Padres Mariners this afternoon in Seattle. On the other side, this is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, this update's brought to you by Aleve. Padres losing today to the Mariners 4-3. They lose the series. They're now a game and a half back of the Dodgers in the National League West. Dodgers play the Reds later tonight at Dodger Stadium. They have an off day tomorrow before the Padres start a 3-game series to end their 6-game roadie in Minnesota. And tomorrow night, San Diego State kicks off their season as they take on Stony Brook at Snapdragon Stadium, 7 p.m. kickoff time. 5 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts right here on San Diego Sports 760. Life doesn't wait, neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Getting you all set for that drive home. Let's just start the show. Here's Jon and Jim.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? Final hour of Jon and Jim. We'll get to the wrap shortly. We'll talk Padres, obviously, all hour long. Kevin Acee will join us live from Seattle at 5:30. We have 2 giveaways this hour, one of which is to see the Jonas Brothers live. This will be September 4th. So we have a pair of tickets to see the Jonas Brothers live at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. We'll give those away within the next 15 minutes. And then we have Aztec football tickets for tomorrow that we'll give away this hour as well. But we'll give away, remind me, Brian, I'm putting in the rundown. We're giving away Jonas Brothers tickets within the next 15 minutes.
Waffle House.
I don't know that song.
They have a song called Waffle House.
I know that song. It's not new.
Newer?
Jonas Brothers Waffle House?
Yeah. I can't see the Jonas Brothers frequenting the Waffle House. I feel like they get beat up.
Is it called Waffle House? I think it is.
It is, yeah.
It is from April 7th, 2023.
Okay, so it's new-ish.
Yeah, 2 years. It's newish.
Yeah.
All right. Did you tell Aaron we have tickets?
I did.
Did you tell her to call in?
Well, even if she did call in, she couldn't win the tickets because we are.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
She can't have a deep voice like that.
Aaron. Aaron Rasil.
Hi, my name is Aaron.
I'm Aaron Rasil.
I love the Jonas Brothers.
I want my tickets.
Please give me tickets. Now, I did ask her if she wanted me to ask if we could get some Jonas Brothers tickets, but
did you ask?
No, because Jonas Brothers are playing on a Thursday at 7:30.
Yeah, perfect.
I think. And she, during the week, like once 9 p.m. hits, dude, it's like bedtime.
Yeah, but even if it's like Jonas Brothers?
She also did mention to me, what did she say? Because she went to a Jonas Brothers concert with one of her best friends, Claire.
Yeah. So she's already done it.
She's done it up in LA. And they actually were right next to, I think it was Joe Jonas's wife.
Okay.
And Claire like talked to her and got her on a TikTok and it like got 1 million views. It was crazy. But
is that the Game of Thrones chick?
No.
Or is it, okay.
That's Sophie Turner.
So because they've already done it, she doesn't want to go.
What did she say to me? I asked her if she wanted tickets. Because she had a funny response. Oh, here we go. I said, our show's giving away Jonas Brothers tickets this week, ... She sends me like the, what's the emoji when you, like the, oh my gosh.
Like eek.
Like eek. Yeah.
Emoji.
The eek emoji. I go, the concert's on a Thursday. I could ask promotions. She goes, it's okay. It'd be fun to go with you, but it'd be funner to go with Claire and fangirl out, LOL.
That's hilarious. So
I was like,
she's like, yeah, I'm not doing
I go, yeah, I wouldn't be fun to go with. She's like, yeah, it's okay. I'll skip this one. Haha.
Okay. So here's the deal. Aaron's not going, so you have a chance to win those tickets at some point.
Even better.
In the next 10 minutes. Let's get to the wrap right now. Kevin Acee will join us at 5:30.
It's time for the wrap. Presented by Sombrero Mexican Food. Check out their website at sombreromex.com.
Who do you trust more in the playoffs? Yu Darvish or Dylan Cease? You have to pick one.
Yeah. I think this is actually a fairly easy answer, and it's Yu Darvish.
Right.
Just with his postseason history and his success and what he did last year in the postseason, what he's done in his career with the Padres in the postseason. It's a pretty easy answer for me, and it's Yu Darvish. Dylan Cease, I wouldn't want Dylan Cease touching a road playoff game, especially with a 10-foot pole. It makes sense, but
it doesn't make any sense.
You get my point.
Dylan Cease postseason career, 4 games, 3 starts, a 12.91 ERA.
Is that good?
Yu Darvish in 13 career playoff starts as a 3.77. Do you know which one's better?
Let me guess.
The 377 is solid work. I mean, that's solid work. You know, it's not a 277, but that's good work. Dylan Cease has been an abject failure, unfortunately, in limited postseason experiences. So easy answer. Next question.
Does Luis Ariz need to move down in the lineup?
Yeah, it sounded like Mike Shildt was pretty adamant that this was just an off day for Ariz when I think we all kind of know this just an off day means, hey, he's struggling. We need to get this guy off his feet, especially with the off day tomorrow. Give him 2 straight off days. Hopefully he comes back and plays better. But yes, he needs to move down in the order. Will he move down the order anytime soon? My guess is no. Because just listen to Mike Shildt. He glazes his players no matter what. And, you know, he can pull up a stat out of nowhere to make Ariz seem like the greatest player of all time. But then when you dive deeper into the numbers, yeah, he shouldn't be hitting in the 2-hole. And really, he should turn into a platoon player at best.
Yeah, against left-handed pitching, you could make an easy argument to sit him.
Yep.
He is 5th in the majors in hits.
Oh, wow.
You heard that from Mike Shildt.
Congratulations.
I mean, I would probably bet him 10th.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's good. That's a good spot.
Here's the thing. Against right-handed pitching, I would move him down. Against left-handed pitching, I'm very tempted to have him available off my bench.
I'd move him to the bench.
Yeah, and by the way, he can help you on the bench. There's a scenario where he could pick up a pinch hit or two. He's still capable of hitting 280, 290.
Yeah.
But yeah, he probably should be a platoon bat at this point. Next question.
How confident are you guys if the Padres were the 5th seed in the playoffs?
Well, with all the numbers we researched today and looking how they played on the road against playoff teams, I wouldn't be that confident. I mean, anything's possible. And look, the postseason series, what they have in the bullpen, like shorten the game, and go all out, treat it like a game 7 every game in the wild card round, because game 1 is so crucially important to your success to win in the wild card round. I mean, I wouldn't feel as confident as if they were at home. If they were at home, I'd feel pretty confident that they were going to advance to the NLDS. On the road, that's going to be tricky.
Well, let me ask you this, because we kind of said in 2025 or 2026, it's kind of like World Series or bust. How confident are you in going road series followed by no home field advantage, no home field advantage, no home field advantage? Because that's the 5 seed.
Potentially, depending on how things go.
No.
We have seen a 6.
I know, but
5 and 6 that happened in 2022.
Wild card, you're guaranteed as the 5 seed.
Yeah.
In the second round, you're guaranteed to play the 1 seed if you win.
And then in those NLCS, you could play the 6 seed and host the NLCS like it happened in 2022.
Or the more likely scenario will play out.
Correct. I get it.
And then in the World Series, the more likely scenario is you're not playing a team with less wins than you. Right? If you're the 5 seed is my point. So how confident are you in that path? Let me answer it. Not very. That's why the 4 seed or higher is almost a prerequisite to win a World Series, unless it's this magical run, this magical, unbelievable, everything clicks run, which we've seen in postseasons, but it's hard.
Side question. I feel like the National League is a gauntlet compared to the American League. Could be wrong, but I just feel like the National League's deeper than the American League. Would you agree with me?
I mean, the American League, you got the AL East teams that have been vying it out. You have this Houston-Seattle thing playing out right now in the West. The National League seems like a lot of very similar teams, and Milwaukee on this like Cloud 9 experience.
You know what? You're probably right. It's probably more even than I'm making it out to seem, because Detroit, I'm just looking at the names, but Detroit is really good. Toronto is really good. They swept the Padres this year in a 4-game series. Houston is like always good.
Wait, did Toronto swept the Padres in a 4-game series?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Oh, wait.
And just in my head, that didn't happen. Did it?
In a 4-game series?
Padres lost 4 consecutive games to Toronto this year, did they?
Sorry, 3, my bad.
Okay.
3-game series. They got whooped in that series.
Yeah, I remember that. Is that when I ate chicken? I think I ate chicken that series. Gavin Sheets was red hot, but they kept losing.
I don't remember.
I think.
But yeah, in the American League, is Detroit right now is the number 1 seed. Toronto, Houston, Boston, Yankees, and the Mariners that just beat the Padres 2 out of 3. So you know what? I take that back. I think the American League and National League are kind of pretty. I mean, it's pretty even. there's not really a dominant team out there. I can't put Milwaukee as a dominant team.
Either can I. I mean, I don't know how many games they're going to win. How many games has Milwaukee won? They're going to win 100 games.
83 and 50.
Okay, so they're very likely to win 100 games. But I'm with you. I don't think there's some historically dominant team in Major League Baseball. I don't even know what the question was.
Something about
the 5 seed?
Their chances.
Oh, yeah. I don't like their chances as the 5 seed. I really don't. Next question.
Does Manny need to have a hot September for the Padres to win the division?
Yes, I do believe that. I think Manny Machado needs to get hot in September for their chances to increase to, either win the division or get the 4 seed. If he's not going to play well in September, they're still going to make the postseason, but their chances of getting the best seed possible go down dramatically. So, yeah, Manny's going to need to have a hot September, or at least a good September. And he's going to have to come up big, man. He's going to have to come up big because this August it's been bad.
Yeah, no way Manny replicates August and September and the Padres win the division. I'm confident in saying that. I don't think you can hit 224 with a sub 600 OPS as Manny Machado and do enough damage to win at the level they'd need to win in September. I think they can still be a good team. Look at August. They've been good in August, but to really pick it up, I think Manny will have to pick it up. I mean, he's fully capable. We've had this conversation for 7 years.
Look at his July.
The highs and lows. Exactly. The highs and lows of Manny Machado. So maybe he's due for it. It's like a good month, bad month. Maybe he's due.
And hopefully it starts on Monday. Well, actually, hopefully it starts on Friday. But if he continues to have a bad August and it goes through the weekend in Minnesota, looking at the 1st of September, faces his former team in the Orioles, and hopefully it starts there in a hot streak for Manny Machado in September.
So 28 games remain. Remember, we always talk about the back of the baseball card with Manny. I mean, he talks about it. I don't talk about it.
Him and Shildt, they love the back of the baseball card.
But the back of the card says 30 home runs, and the back of the card says 100 RBIs, right? Like that's kind of what you're saying when you say it. Back of the card says, you're going to hit 285 plus. Well, he's going to hit that, maybe, probably. He's hitting 288, but 21 home runs. He's got a lot of work to do to get to 30. 78 RBIs. He would have a lot of work to do to get to 100. It doesn't have to get there. Again, I think 28 home runs, 95 RBIs is a good year, but he even has work to do to get there. So again, he was on all those paces until he cooled off so significantly over the last month.
Yeah, I mean, his July was fantastic. He hit 333 in July with a 1,003 OPS with 7 homers and 24 RBIs and 7 doubles. That was in 25 games. In 25 games in August, it's a complete 180. 224 with a 596 OPS, 1 home run, and 7 RBIs.
Crazy.
Just imagine if he was good this month.
Yeah.
The team has kept their head above water, and they went, 11 and 8? Or where are they at right now?
We said 11 and 8 in their last 19 over this stretch.
Okay.
I don't know what they did before the stretch in August.
For the stretch, they took 2 or 3 from Arizona and took 2 or 3 from St. Louis.
So a really good month. 15 and 10.
15 and
10 month.
It's a good month.
Yep.
Imagine if Manny was better. Could have been an even better month.
Correct. Call right now if you want free tickets to see the Jonas Brothers. This is September 4th at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Caller 5, you're going. Tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com if you want those free tickets. 2 free tickets to see the Jonas Brothers on September 4th at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Call 877-767-4760. That's 877-767-4760. We've got Aztec football tickets to give away. Kevin Acey joins us at 5:30. We're reacting to a Padres series loss to Seattle. Stay with us on Jon and Jim. All right, we all remember that one teacher who made a difference, who believed in us, challenged us, or just made learning fun. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way with iHeartRadio's Thank You Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who's gone above and beyond for their students to win $5,000 to stock their classroom with whatever they need. Today's teacher of the day, Karina Garcia Tapia, teaches at Field Elementary School. People told us she's dynamic, dedicated, works so hard, and brings love and learning to the classroom. Congrats, Karina. You're in the running to win $5,000 for your classroom. Nominate your favorite teacher at iHeartRadio.com/teachers. Want to read that, Jim? Kidding.
I could try.
All right. Kevin Acey will join us at 5:30. We'll give away Aztec football tickets for tomorrow night, the opener, within the next 5 or 6 minutes. Let's go to the phones, Jim. Dave wants to weigh in. 877-767-4760. Dave, you're back with us on Jon and Jim.
Hey, thanks again, guys.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to get some storm coming at 4 a.m. this morning, according to the latest on the weather report. So, Jim, get your mucklucks and umbrella out. You might need that. So That's kind of exciting, a little bit different. Hey, okay, so this is where I see it quickly here, because I know we're running out of time. You've got a starting pitching problem. We've talked about this now for a few weeks. You know, you've got Dylan Cease, who I mean no disrespect to Dylan. It appears to me this poor man has ADHD. I mean, he just loses his concentration up there. He's looking all over the place for whatever, and it's just he's a mess right now. Then you've got three guys that are basically having their spring training right now in Darvish and Cortez and Michael King, who we still have yet to see at all. We don't even know if he's coming back, really. And then you've got the Vasquez and you got Sears, who once again has been jettisoned. So this is where we're at. And I think AJ is saying prayers that the three guys that are going through the spring training right now will find themselves by September 30th and get them into the playoffs and be a little bit more solid than they are right now. Short of that, this is a scary group. It's a scary group outside of Nick Pivetta, and that's the way I see it.
Appreciate it, Dave. I mean, we'll start there with Kevin. I mean, you're not getting what is necessary from Dylan Cease and Yu Darvish. Simple as that.
Also, Darvish, he's made what? This is his 12th start today.
11th start.
He's not in spring training mode anymore.
True.
Spring training mode's like 3 or 4 starts. He's in full season mode right now.
No, King is your spring training mode guy, arguably.
Like King has to ramp it up. But Darvish, I mean, maybe you can make the argument for Cortez if you want, but Cortez pitched great against the Dodgers on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But Darvish, he's fully back in it. He's making a start every 5th day.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, the Cease thing, he can look really good, and then boom, he'll lose it.
Right.
The other night, he was looking great, didn't allow a hit. Boom, threw in a homer. And you could see as he walked off the mound, he can't find it consistently. He knows it. We know it. Everybody knows it. There's no hiding from it, even though Shildt will glaze it and say how great he is, right? But he knows what's going on.
I mean, that's how you have to treat it. You can't worry about tomorrow in the postseason. You've got the bullpen that you acquired for a reason. You need to capitalize with that bullpen. And all these built-in off days that we've talked about, you have to use your strength as the strength, and that is your bullpen. But again, you can have the best bullpen in the world. You can have the best bullpen in the world. You still need second and third starters in the playoffs. And as of right now, there's no clearly defined even second starter. We're counting on Michael King, but it's not clearly defined as we sit here today before he makes a sim start, wherever that's going to be, whenever it's going to be, how he's going to look. 2 innings since May 18th. He's not your clear number 2 starter. I mean, he could be. He could be your clear number 2 starter, but he's not sitting here right now as the number 2 starter. What are you reacting? Don't worry about the chat.
I'm not. I'm good.
What'd I say?
Said Dylan Cease.
Okay.
Yu Darvish.
Okay, here's what I want to do.
Michael King, number 2 starter.
All right, here's what I want to do. Kevin's going to join us in about 5 or 6 minutes. We do have Jim's back page coming up. I want to give away Aztec football tickets. So this is for tomorrow night. And again, the game's at Snapdragon Stadium. 7:05 is the kick time. And caller 7, you're going to that game. 877-767-4760. Caller 7, you've got 2 free tickets to see the Aztecs against Stony Brook tomorrow night. Again, at 7:05, our pregame coverage begins at 5 p.m. We caught up with JD Wicker earlier today about tomorrow at Snapdragon Stadium. If you want to go, call right now. 877-767-4760. Again, 877-767-4760. So Kevin is with them on the road. I'm talking about the Padres. We'll be with them in Minneapolis this weekend as well. And he's been watching it up close and personal. So we'll get his thoughts on where they stand. 1.5 games back in the division, couple of games back from that first wild card spot. The latest on Michael King and Jackson Merrill.
It's just disappointing how, the team was playing really well, have a 1-game lead in the division, and then they lose their 3 of the next 4. And now they're on the verge, if the Dodgers win tonight with Ohtani on the mound, to be 2 back, really 3 back, with 28 to play.
Yeah, it's getting harder. If that plays out like that and the Dodgers win, it's getting harder.
Yeah, if you are really 3 back with 28 to play, like, man, you're gonna need to do some work.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna take good play. I mean, unless the Dodgers collapse, there's no reason to expect them to. That shouldn't be the expectation. So yeah, they have work to do in the final 28 games. Kevin Acee is our Padres Insider. He is in Seattle. He will join us on the other side. Stay with us. This is Jon and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, and live on the iHeartRadio app.
This update's brought to you by Mattress Firm. Padres lose to the Mariners today 4-3. They lose the series, and they're now 1.5 games back of the Dodgers in the National League West. Dodgers take on the Reds later tonight. Shohei Ohtani will be on the mound for the Dodgers, so go Reds. Padres have an off day tomorrow before they start a 3-game series in Minnesota on Friday night to end their 6-game road trip. And tomorrow, the Aztecs football season gets underway as the kickoff of the 2025 season starts at 7 p.m. 5 p.m. is when our pregame coverage starts. Aztecs and Stony Brook at Snapdragon Stadium. Listen to all the action right here on San Diego Sports 760. And coming up in 30 minutes from now, SDFC Midweek Live, 1 full hour of SDFC talk right here on San Diego Sports 760. Need better sleep this Labor Day weekend? Upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy.
All right, out to Seattle where the Padres lose a series to the Mariners. Always our pleasure to connect with our Padres insider, Kevin Acee, as the Padres get ready for the Twins on Friday. Kevin, we always appreciate the time. I guess it would just start here because you got about a month remaining in the regular season. And the Padres, as of right now, don't really have a clear number 2 starter in their rotation. That can change. We'll see about Michael King. We'll see about Cease and Darvish moving forward. But from your seat, how concerned should the Padres be with that fact?
You know, my first reaction, and it's something I've written about the last 2 days. So my first reaction is pretty concerned, like really concerned. And if I take a step back, I guess, then my preliminary reaction to that, and I haven't really kind of looked around to do that, but it's like, how many teams have 3 starters? And aren't we pretty confident that one of these guys is going to, like Michael King, right? Darvish, who, doing better, except for, Eugenio Suarez throwing him a cutter down the middle. They're going to have 2 solid starters, and then they've got this really good bullpen. And so, yeah, super concerned. But then, wait, I'm not saying that it's going to doom them, I guess, is what I'll say at this point. But absolutely, we should be talking about this until they show us that it's not going to be a concern in the postseason.
So we did the numbers after the game today, Kevin. And right now they said the 5 seed. They're 2.5 back of the Cubs and they're 1.5 back of the Dodgers. But this year against playoff teams on the road in series, they're 1-9. They're 9-22 against playoff teams on the road this year. It kind of lends you to believe like they got to get a home playoff series if in the wild card round here to make you feel confident. Because right now on the road against playoff caliber teams, they're not good.
You guys are correct. I mean, yes, like that's one of those that I think is a really good stat because a lot of times, like I'll push back on it just based on that we don't know what's going to happen in the postseason. But like this one's hard to get around. Like, and it just happened now. So you're talking about a month until the playoffs start, really. And yeah, that's something. Now, I bet you, much like this series, you could go back in a lot of those and take a look at who the starters were, take a look at where the games turned. And I'm not trying to make excuses for the Padres, but things do change in the postseason. And provided that they do find themselves another starter or 2, as in find themselves as in those starters step up, then I'm going to start to diminish that. But you know what I'm saying? Like JP Sears ain't starting in the postseason.
Right.
And they scored 6 runs off of, Bryce Miller's a pretty good pitcher. I mean, he's coming back from some elbow issues, but like he's a pretty good pitcher. This bullpen is kick-ass. The Mariners are a really good team. And like, this is not the old Safeco, evidently. This is not the T-Mobile right. that we know, right? Like these guys are crushing. And like, if Suarez is going to get hot, like, man. So like, yes, that is a great stat and it's definitely something. And we should be doing this because we're talking about and covering a playoff team and we've got to look at that stuff. But like, again, like JP Sears, you know? And then I bet you I could go back, and I will tonight, because I have a flight, and look at where did those series turn? Did they really get their ass kicked like in those series, or like could there be a ray of hope there?
I mean, it is interesting though. It does speak to the fact that, like, man, the difference in the 5 seed or anything higher,
like just from the confidence level,
like just that, like walk down this path with us for a second, Kevin. Like if you're the 5 seed, very possible, and actually likely as we sit here today, because they're in the 5 spot, so they're more likely than not to be the 5 than anything else. But as the 5, your road series followed by no home field advantage, followed by no home field advantage in all likelihood. And then followed by no home field advantage in all likelihood. Again, we've seen magic happen in October. It's anything is possible, but man, just 1 seed, it seems like makes it that much more unlikely to have that special October.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, without a doubt, I would have to go back and, I'm just big on context. I'd have to go back and look how many Texas Rangers were there, but to your point, you don't get to count on the magic. The magic is what we remember. Yep. You don't get to count on that. Usually it is the higher seed. Usually it is the home field advantage that helps you out. So could not agree more.
How's Xander Bogaerts? He Shildt said post game he was going to come out of that game the next inning if they tied it up. Did not look good there for him. How's he doing so far?
I talked to him afterward, and I got like a mixed bag. I didn't have the results yet, but he was walking good. But he, really felt. I thought like he was in a fair amount of pain, but he said he felt better than he thought he should. And I don't know that any of that means anything until they get the imaging back. He said he does not expect to miss time. We all know that doesn't mean anything when a player says that. So I really don't have a reliable update for you other than to say, like, I don't know, if you saw him after the game, you would think, oh, okay, he's going to be all right. Like there was no boot. There was no, like, I saw that, yes, there was a mark there, but there wasn't like swelling. He was going to put his regular shoes on and so I guess we'll wait and see. At this point, I think he's going to be okay. But man, that guy's taken kind of a beating lately.
He really has. Kevin Acee is our Padres insider. All right, so I guess 2-part question. Is the expectation Merrill returns this weekend? And regardless, when he does return, who becomes the odd man out in this lineup moving forward?
Well, I think it's probably Gavin Sheets. You know what I mean? Now, guy's pretty hot.
Right. Yeah.
So that's interesting. And it has to be a part of today's, conversation, given that Arise got the day off and Laureano batted second and all that. It has to be a part of that conversation. Like, okay, we got maybe 3 games left. Because the answer to your question is, look, Jackson seems to be fine, like in terms of in comparison to what he was. I'm not saying he's moving or walking or working 100%, but he seems to be trending toward sometime in Minneapolis playing against the Twins. And so we have something to look at here. Gosh, guys, I mean, I really don't know. I got to tell you, like, I'm in the process of, I stepped away from writing that, like, all indications are Mike's not moving Arise down. And might not be moving Laureano up because he likes how this team is playing offense. I don't know. Maybe they'll get saved and Xander Bogaerts will be out, though he doesn't play the outfield. So I guess that really doesn't help. Because I don't know, man, because we all know that this worked out really well because there was an injury. And I'm not at all saying that Jackson Merrill should not be in this lineup. I'm just saying, look at what they did this week without him, or the last, 2 weeks without him, with Gavin Sheets. And I honestly don't know. If you guys got any suggestions, maybe you could text me later, because I really don't know where they're going to go with this in a couple days.
Well, we have suggestions. It's just that the suggestions are things that, like we've said, we don't think Mike Shildt will do. Right. So
okay, and that's where, like, I'm kind of dealing in reality, and I'm like, I just don't see it. Happening. I think we're going to go back to where we were. I will say this: Mike gets to make the lineup. That is something that I will adamantly make sure that everyone understands, that AJ Preller does not dictate that. AJ and other people do talk with Mike all the time. And so I will say maybe there's going to be a change in terms of certain people getting a little more playing time. Because Gavin Sheets has certainly earned it. Ryan O'Hearn has certainly earned it. But Mike is, I don't want to make this a bad thing, because honest to God, if you had to bet your life on someone on this team getting 3 hits tomorrow, who would you pick? Bet your life.
I mean, honestly, I might go
Elias Diaz.
No, I might go Laureano before Rise.
I'd go Arise. Sorry. I know. I get it. I mean, I get it. He's had 39 0-hit games, which is on pace to shatter his personal best or worst, whatever. But if you told me that, like, it was over for me tomorrow if one Padre doesn't get 3 hits, I'd still pick Arise. Now, I'm not saying that alone, but, like, Mike Shildt values what this guy brings. I just don't see there being a change there. I just don't.
I think we'd all be dead. There's a very good chance. Right? I mean, there's a very good chance nobody has 3 hits. Right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're right. That is a relative conversation. And that's why part of why I pick Arise is like, who the heck do you want me to pick?
Right.
I mean, no, like I think Ramon Laureano could get a double and a homer. But if you're asking me who's going to get 3 singles tomorrow.
Yeah. That's a good point.
All right, Kevin.
I'm just trying to, like, I know that's how Mike sees it a little bit too. We haven't had that exact conversation, but like that's how Mike sees it. And so I'm just trying to deal in reality, and I don't see a change. So, yeah.
Can you see a world where the Padres do win the division if Manny does not have a relatively good September?
Okay, my answer is no. But wouldn't we have been far more emphatic about that before recently with the way that the bottom of the lineup and some other people, Ryan O'Hearn, have picked it up, maybe even Tatis a little bit. But I still say no. I don't know what you guys think, but I still say that guy's the straw that stirs the drink.
We said no.
I mean, they've had a good month of August. Like, there's no denying they've had a good month.
15 and 10.
I think it's 15 and 10.
Yeah. Could
be wrong on that, but 15 and 10 in August, that's a good month. But we all know if you go 15 and 10 in September, the likely chance of you winning the division not very high, especially with how many teams the Dodgers play that are also bad. So it's like, that might be a good month to make the postseason, obviously, but to get where they want to get to as far as seeding goes, 4 seed or a division, kind of feels like Manny needs to have a hot September.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And that's why it's like, man, like I'll be writing tomorrow about the bottom of the order and how that's changed things, and that, they're surviving with, some guys maybe not getting it done because of that. And it really has been super impressive. And I think it does make them a more dangerous team in the postseason. But yeah, Manny's still the guy. And, look, Brian Wu's magic. I mean, that guy throws in the strike zone and makes people, I mean, it's crazy. Like that the Padres were the first team to get him out before 6 innings. That's incredible. But like, I guess what I'm saying is, like, I'm not going to just go off today where Manny just did not look good. He has not really looked good, and he's been missing a lot of pitches he should hit.
Real quick, Kevin. So just to follow up. So Merrill, expectation maybe this weekend. What about the expectation with Michael King from a timing perspective?
So I'm thinking like Saturday or Sunday is going to be the simulated game. Is what I'm led to believe after he did his bullpen today. So that even rules out Baltimore, and you're bringing this guy back in Colorado. Like, I'm utterly confused now. So, like,
interesting. Yeah.
He could come back Wednesday if he does a simulated game on Friday. Other than that, when is he coming back? Because you're bringing this guy back to pitch at Coors Field? That's not cool.
Yeah, that doesn't set up extremely well, you wouldn't think. And again, the ramp up is going to be pretty short. I mean, this season's going to be over in 1 month. Kevin, safe travels. We'll catch up with you on Friday from Minneapolis, St. Paul. We appreciate you doing it.
Right on. Take care.
All right, great stuff from Kevin Acee, our Padres Insider, brought to you by the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place.
By the way, can you name me the last Padres player to have 3 hits in a game and tell me the day?
The last Padre to have 3 hits in a game and tell me the day.
Today's August 27th.
It was, okay, so you're going to tell me it's something bizarre and it's not Luis Ariz. It was Freddie Fermin on August 15th. Thank you.
It was Luis Ariz on August 17th.
Okay, so it was Ariz, but it's been a while, which means if we were betting our life, we would have been dead all those days between today and August 17th. All right, Jim's Back Page is next. Don't go anywhere. All right, join us tomorrow. We'll get you ready for San Diego State and Stony Brook. Jon and Jim on the air at 2 p.m. Pre-game coverage at 5. The game, you'll hear the call right here at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. San Diego State and Stony Brook. And, of course, tomorrow we'll get you ready for that Twin Series that'll kick off on Friday evening in Minneapolis. Are you ready for the back page? Minnesota, yes.
Minnesota.
Are you ready for the back page?
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Let's do it.
All right, so brands are still riding the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce engagement train.
Makes sense.
DoorDash has joined in. They announced that since, this is the tweet, since she's no longer at the restaurant, 13% off all DoorDash orders with code 13 until August 28th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time.
Is this the exact same thing you said yesterday at 5:50 p.m.?
Oh, did I say this or did I talk about something else? Because I thought
you said that exact.
I thought I talked about Krispy Kreme and not this one.
Brian?
I don't know. As soon as I hear the T word, I just check out completely.
No, I'm 99.9999999% positive you said that exact same thing.
I thought I you know what? Reading it back, yeah, I think I actually did say that.
Reading it back.
Yeah.
Well, if you missed it yesterday, now you can.
Right. I know I talked about Krispy Kreme because there was only for yesterday.
You did.
Krispy Kreme, they had a red alert. They're like, we need to do something.
Yep, they did.
They gave away free donuts yesterday from 5 to 7. Okay, well.
Okay, 13% off DoorDash.
Until August 28th. So you got tonight and tomorrow.
I like it.
And maybe I'm doing this for myself subconsciously.
Take advantage of it.
Because Aaron's going out to dinner tonight with some friends.
Are you going to DoorDash?
So I'm going to be alone tonight. I have to fend for myself.
Right.
Okay. So I might take up the DoorDash Taylor Swift offer. Save some money.
Yeah, I like it.
There we go. A company that is owned by Bill Belichick, John, and managed by his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, has filed for a trademark term, quote, gold digger.
Jewelry company, right?
Yes. Interesting.
Yeah, very.
That they're leaning into that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
right.
Gold digger is not a term that you'd want to have if you're a woman with a man that is wealthy or along those lines, because no one wants to be known as a gold digger with a man of wealth.
No, but her background's public relations, right? So she it's just the marketability of this couple. Like, keep yourself in the news.
I was going to say, I get it though.
Yeah, make a quick buck off it.
I appreciate when people that are in the news for things that are deemed negative or they have negative publicity. I respect when they lean into it. Like, it's like, okay, you're not going to hide from it. Just like lean into it. Like, yeah, gold digger. Haha, joke's on me. Ha ha ha. Because if you know it's not true, you're okay in your own skin making fun of yourself.
I mean, the thing is, everyone's already said everything about these two.
Right.
So why not lean into it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the most, outside of Travis and Taylor, you talk about something that's been discussed a lot over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
This has been discussed a lot. Their relationship
100%
has been discussed.
Those are the two relationships that have been talked about the most.
Most the last half year.
Yeah. One more on the negative side.
Yeah,
the other
one more on the
positive
side. Yep.
Yeah. And finally, Wendy's is entering the chicken tenders universe, John, in a big way, with new tenders and 6 new sauce options, including a new Wendy's signature sauce. They'll be dropping soon, and they'll update on the date for these brand new 6-piece revamped Wendy's chicken strips.
Well, hold on.
Chicken tenders, excuse me.
No, but they're saying the sauces. There's 6 new sauces or 6 new.
Sorry, 6 new sauces along with new chicken tenders.
Yeah, but what are the sauces?
That's the whole thing. They're going to update us on the 6 new sauces.
It's like saying, hey, Crayola is going to have 6 new colors. But,
yeah.
I mean, there could be any color.
That's part of marketing. They tell you what they're going to do. They make you wait for the announcement. They tease it, and then they give you the announcement. They don't give you the announcement right away. They make you wait for it.
But here's my question. Are they missing any flavor of dip? Like, basically, you're covered with what? Honey mustard and barbecue and ranch.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
You don't count ketchup as a dipping sauce.
But is there anything man, I'm going to go to Wendy's now that they added in the aioli cream
aioli cream dip.
I don't know. It just feels like every dip you could want on a chicken tender already
Right.
exists at Wendy's.
Everywhere. It does.
Everywhere. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's be real here. You can't go wrong with, just go with the barbecue.
You can't
Sweet
go wrong
honey
with barbecue. When I used to eat chicken,
Yeah.
which has been a while.
Yeah.
Barbecue. You don't need any other.
Barbecue dipping sauce. That's all you need.
I always respect a
Ranch.
place that doesn't do anything other than barbecue. Oh, like you want something other than barbecue? Sorry.
Yeah.
Like that's your only option.
I don't mind ranch. It's just not my first like choice.
I like ranch on pizza.
I like hot mustard's my first choice. If I like
Hot
go to
mustard?
McDonald's,
Hot mustard?
I do the hot mustard with my nuggets.
I like honey mustard.
I like
I
honey
love
mustard
honey
too.
mustard.
Honey mustard's so good.
I if I go to Chick-fil-A, I absolutely ask. Well, Chick-fil-A sauce is kind of like honey mustard.
It's Polynesian sauce, or whatever they call it.
It's like a form of to me, it reminds me of honey mustard. Not fully, but yeah. Anyway.
Oh, where did the time go?
Dipping
I wish we could
sauces.
spend another hour on that. All right.
I
If you
don't.
missed anything today, make sure to check out sportssd.com or the iHeartRadio app or iTunes or TuneIn Radio or Spotify. If you're listening to us via a podcast platform,
A platform?
please leave a
Platypus?
review.
A platypus.
We're
Platypus.
back tomorrow with 2. We're getting you ready for San Diego State and Stony Brook. Jon and Jim on the air at 2. Pregame coverage at 5. Kickoff at 7:05. You can hear it here exclusively on San Diego Sports 760. And for Brent and Jim, I'm Jon. SDFC Midweek Live.
Coming up
on the
next.
other side. Stay with us right here on San Diego Sports 760.
Okay.
Bye.